weather to break so we can actually get the lorries across the pitch.
Before we continue on with the non-league preview, thoughts for Pete Evely, the former non-league player and of course involved with Exeter City, who died this week at the age of 34 from motor neurone disease. Our thoughts with his family and friends. Back to the Western League later, but in the Southern League Premier South, there's a 6-pointer for Plymouth Parkway at Blythe Park. Hungerford, who are 3 points to 3 places above Parkway Visit. It's tied at the bottom. A win for Chris McPhee's team could take them from 21st to 17th, depending on other results. Bottom side Tiverton, they are at Berkhamsted. Dan Coiter has now left there. That's 3 strikers in just a couple of weeks who've left the club. In Division 1 South, Exmouth host struggling Bashley. Bideford visit the leaders from town. Just down the road from them, Willand Rovers, who are 4th bottom, go to Westbury. Just below Willand are Brixham. They host Hartpury, while Steve Tully's first game in charge of Tavistock is a long trip to Didcot. In the Western League, apart from here, a game for Buchan Athletic at home to Bridgewater. That could see them into the playoff zone, while there are 2 Les Philip Cup semi-finals, Ivybridge away at Bradford Town and Barnstable travel to Wellington. There'll be no change at the top of the Southwest Peninsula because Bovey Tracy's game last night was called off. Bridport don't have a game, so next highest team are Columpton, and they, after their 9 goals last week, are home to Torquay side. Join me later for the non-league roundup and reports from here at Sidmouth at half-time here on BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Thank you, Peter, and we'll be back with you later.
John Akers at breakfast.
I'm loving your programme. Every morning when I get up, it's straight on.
Yes, Carol.
I just love everything you do on there. You know the list.
I'll go for a 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, well done.
What's a 10-gallon hat? Is that the one where you stick the beers on it?
The up before 7.
I mean, equine physio, which, you know, we ride the horses, they have ailments they need treating.
The show bit guessing people's ages.
God, is it cheating to think she's slightly older than that and just going for 52?
You can do that.
I'll go 52.
It just makes my day.
John Akers at breakfast. Weekdays from 6. Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Now Suge. He goes for goal. It's spilled again. And it falls nicely for Joe Edwards. Arms are stretched in front of the Devonport end. Niskanen, he's got McMillan on the outside. Right-footed into Cole. Oh, what a finish! Right-footed volley off the bar and in. And City have a second.
It's going to come to Tom's back across and stroked into the net there by Dan Hayfield. And Torquay United's dominance knows no bounds at the moment. Torquay United 3.
Take it quickly.
Fissel out to Yandel. Yandel scores. That'll be a popular scorer. The Exeter club captain Jack Yandel.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Another busy Saturday afternoon for you. Let's take you across to your first half commentaries. We've got City, Argyle and United on the way for you. If you're listening on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, we can take you to Plainmoor now. National League South, Torquay United against Chelmsford with Dave Thomas and Paul Mulhern.
Yeah, thank you so much, James, and welcome along everybody to a Plainmoor, which firstly, Dave, if I didn't tell you, the big screen won't be on today for some reason.
But I hear it's a water issue.
Yeah, well, surprisingly. One of the things we do know is this is going to be
water in the works.
Yeah, another tough game. Plenty of things in the works at the moment as Torquay United's injury curse yet again strikes them, and Chelmsford, a big spending team, one of their players, I believe, on by far the highest wages in this division up front for them. I think he's got 15 for the season, and Lyle Taylor. Chelmsford beginning to flex their National League South muscles a little bit. They're on a 4-match unbeaten run. They'll be just in and around the playoffs, just outside them. I think as it stands at the moment, a win would give them a good chance today. Torquay United on a 4-match winless run, just 1 point from that, most of them away games. 1 draw at home, but losses to Chippenham, Eastbourne and Worthing have seen United slip from the top of the table and allowed Dorking, who seem to play every game at home, to pull clear at the top of the league. But as Paul Watton and the squad are desperate for everybody to keep their heads a little bit and think this isn't over, it's difficult but it's not over according to them. I'll quickly run through both sides for you. Torquay United's injury ravaged squad, as I said, sees James Hammond in goal. Nash and Deary will start at right back. Ed Palmer and Jay Fulston will be the 2 centre halves, and Jordan Thomas will go over to the left back position. Dan Hayfield midfield comes back in for a start. Sonny Blue Low Everton, I believe, will partner him in the deeper lying roles today. The good news for Torquay, though, is amongst all the gloom, is that one of the star men, Jordan Young, does make it. He starts on the right wing. We believe Louis Dennis will start in a 10. Dylan Morgan will start wide left. Cody Cook up front. According to our friends from Essex, this is how they'll line up. It's Phillips in goal, a back four left to right of Barbrook, Grimwood, Crowther and Egbo. Two deeper line midfielders in Adams and Tamplin. Ricky Holmes, Adigan and Murphy will be left to right behind striker Lyle Taylor. It's going to be a tough one. United in their normal home shirt, Chelmsford in a white number that looks like somebody spilled paint on it. Dave, I don't know how many colours are on there. Purple, black shorts, black socks. It's going to be a tough one here without any shadow of doubt as Chelmsford turn Torquay United and Torquay will hit into the family stand. Good afternoon and welcome to Dave Thomas. Nice to have you back with us again, Dave.
Yeah, lovely to be back. You and me, Paul, and let's hope that United, in pretty straitened circumstances, can come up with a performance and a result to put a smile on everybody's faces here at Plainmoor. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope the fans get right behind the team as well. Surely they all must know that the squad has been yet again ravaged by injuries. And the kick-off has just went. Sindiri plays a long ball up, looking for the header. Cody Cook, he wins his first header. Jordan Young picks it up, comes in on the left foot. It's a little dink ball almost through to Sonny Blue Low Everton there. Good support from Low Everton from midfield. United again push it up through Fulston. It was cleared by Chelmsford. But now they have a chance through Adigan. He's played the ball looking for Lyle Taylor, but it's way in front of him. James Hammond was hoping that was going to go out. I think it is offside eventually. I thought the referee and the linesman were giving James every chance to play the advantage here, Dave, but not really much advantage, and an offside goes in Torquay United's favour. Can't see how playing an advantage when the ball is deep in your own corner, yeah, exactly, but there we go. That's one issue with this very makeshift United back four. They've got to get that, or do their best to get the old offside right. Yeah. It was tight, that one, but that's what they've got to talk to each other back there. It's such a much changed back four. With the line-up, Dave, as Morgan picks that up, he is going to keep it in. I'll come to that in a second. Almost gives it away, but gets it back to Jay Fulston down the left, just inside his own half, back into Ed Palmer. Palmer's long ball looks for Jordan Young, but he's easily out-jumped there by Grimwood in the centre half position. Beg your pardon, it was Crowther actually. Jordan Young, nice little flick. Louis Dennis has checked, the referee says no. On the subject of a line-up, Dave, if you had your Paul Watton hat on and you were selecting, would you have put Thomas at right back and Nash at left back, or do you think Paul's got that one right? I think that's the right way to go about that. Munash Sandir is very right-footed. Yeah. Watching the play. Here comes Jordan Young, he sneaks in there. Is he fouled this time? Yes, he is. Ironic cheers come from the pop side. A fairly well Jordan Thomas has also played at left back several times, so he knows that role. The big decision for me was whether to start with Will Tizard, who only arrived down here on loan from Sutton yesterday afternoon. I think he only arrived this morning, actually, Dave Paul told me. Oh, well, anyway, I think it was signed yesterday, but he arrived. So he hadn't trained with them, he hadn't met anybody. He's been playing, so he's fit and ready, but he's obviously decided, just watch this free kick. Yeah, it's going to be Jordan Young, 5 yards from goal, 5 yards from the right hand side, 20 yards from goal. He'll bend it in with the left foot. It's a low one, it's a very, very poor one. It goes out for a goal kick, just about 3 minutes gone here. So, yeah, not one of his best from Jordan Young, wide on the right. Yeah, that do you chuck somebody in who's even trying to work out what everybody's name is in difficult circumstances? Sam Dreyer, the whole point is Sam Dreyer looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, so that's Tizard will have every chance to get into the team and make his mark, and do you jeopardise that on a day like this with 12 games still to go and lots of football to play? Oh, definitely, yeah. I can fully understand why Tizard didn't start. The bench for Torquay is Chelmsford actually trying to build down the left. Ball comes inside to Tamblin. Torquay thought they won it back fairly, they've not. It's a free kick to
Chelmsford just inside the Torquay half, 5 yards from the left touchline. The bench for Torquay has got Sonny Fish, Kieran Wilson, Matt Jay, and indeed new signings Dave mentioned.
Only 5 on that bench, too short.
Yeah, absolutely.
Underlines the situation here.
It's, I think, one of the reasons why that I think some of the reaction to some results has been a little bit over the top, in my opinion, Dave, is because the injuries that Paul Watts had to put up with this season have been catastrophic. But Dan Hayfield clears that free kick away from the edge of Torquay United's box. Chance there for Dylan Morgan, almost gets, say, fortunately went to close him down. There's a good ball there up the line. Grimwood of all people up there from the right wing trying to cross it in. He eventually gets it to Lyle Taylor. He tried to win a corner off of Ed Palmer out there, but Palmer doing well, and eventually the break of the ball does go to Chelmsford way, and after just coming up for 5 minutes here at Plainmoor, Chelmsford will have a corner on their left hand side. Up come quite a few other bigger men. It's going to be taken by Ricky Holmes, a hugely experienced campaigner.
Well, amazing, isn't it? Lyle Taylor, the leading scorer, 35 years old. Ricky Holmes is 38.
Is Taylor 35, is he?
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't think he was that old.
The old Jack Nicklaus, more clubs then.
Well, this Torquay United 6-yard box is very, very populated at the moment, so we know where this is going in. It comes, but it doesn't even stay in play and hits the side net. And James Hammond, Dave, I know he's a guy you know as well, and he's had a nightmare a week, hasn't he, James? Unfortunately, just
well. He made a big mistake at Worthing, didn't he, to hand them the lead when United had looked the better side for the first 20-25 minutes on Tuesday night in a very important game. And James Hammond, who's won many a point for United this season, effectively kicked the ball straight to one of their lads and stuck it in the net, and all of a sudden you're one down, as if the situation wasn't difficult enough anyway. But we'll see.
Well, James Hammond comes out, has to clear from the on-rushing Lyle Taylor.
I think from the first few touches that James Hammond has had the ball this afternoon, you can almost see the brain cells going around. I am taking no risks here whatsoever. He's put his boot through the first 3 that he's had contact with, and that one went straight over the pop side and straight into Marnham Road.
Well, Plymouth Argyle's good recent form has taken a little bit of a blow early doors as strugglers Rotherham have taken the lead up in Yorkshire. Here comes a shot. It's a brilliant shot. What a goal that is for Chelmsford. It is from about 25 yards out. It's Charlie Adams high over James Hammond into the net. It was a nothing move almost, but Chelmsford take the lead here at Plainmoor. Just under 7 minutes gone. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 1.
Hell of a strike. Hammond actually was off his line for that one, and I think Adams spotted it. United half cleared that diagonal ball in from the left, but not far enough. Charlie Adams got onto the ball. He looked up, spotted James Hammond on his 6-yard box, on the edge of his 6-yard box, rather than back on his line. Thought, I'm having a go here, and hit a peach of a volley, which flew straight over Hammond and under the bar and into the roof of the net. Goal of the season contender if you're a Chelmsford supporter, but not the start that United wanted. Obviously, they're one down.
Deathly silence almost around Plainmoor here. I think some people might look to James for that one a little bit. For me, Dave, that's just an absolute top quality strike there. Charlie Adams, as you rightly said, spotted that James was just straggled off his line a little bit, but truthfully, you only lose one of them past you out of every 100 attempts, don't you? But a brilliant goal for the visitors, whose good run continues. Good afternoon and welcome to any Chelmsford fans who have chosen to join us here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. And trust me, when you see the highlights, that's when you'll be celebrating. A fabulous strike by Charlie Adams, 25 probably plus yards, up over Hammond, into the middle of the goal, into the roof of the net. Torquay 0, Chelmsford 1. Let's see how Torquay react to that, as Morgan tries to get on the end of that, but he just can't control it. Another ball goes forward, looking for the on-rushing Taylor, trying to thought he was offside there, to be honest with you. Linesman doesn't agree with me, and James Hammond is forced to concede a throw-in 25 yards from goal down the Chelmsford left-hand side.
Back pass by Ed Palmer there. Hammond didn't have any option but to put his boot through that. Safety first.
Yep.
United have got to just settle themselves down a little bit here. Chelmsford can now really afford just to keep knocking the ball over United's back four, turning them and keep them going backwards. That's they're in charge, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a throw-in which will be taken by Crowther. It's going to be a long one, and it comes towards Torquay's box. Up goes ahead, and eventually Sonny Blue Low Everton clears it. Cody Cook gets his head onto it, a little push in his back. The referee decides nothing there. Jordan Young trying to get onto it, and a long ball through there by the extremely busy already Crowther goes all the way through to James Hammond. Well, Dave, I think the last thing that Paul Watton and his team wanted was to concede an early goal, but at the moment fans haven't reacted too badly.
No. As soon as the goal went in, the pop side immediately started chanting for the goals. I think everybody knows, what the situation is. It's very difficult here at the moment, and at a time in the season when everybody wants.
Dylan Morgan takes that down first time. He tries to get into the box, slips a little bit. He's on the left edge of the box, comes back in on the right foot, tries a low shot. Excellent save though by Noah Phillips, and the Chelmsford goal at his near post. That's a decent response for United. Corner kick, just over 10 gone here at Plainmoor. Sonny Blue Low Everton from the left hand side, to the chance of come on you Yellows. We'll take Torquay United's corner. We've got Cook, Morgan, Dennis, Fulston, Palmer all in a box. Hayfield, Jordan Young on the end. United keeping two men back to keep Ryle and Adigan. Here it comes to a back post. Thought Palmer pushed his man there, so did Chelmsford, but referee lets that go. The attempted clearance blocked by Dan Hayfield, and that's hit the corner flag, and it will go out for a throw-in by the pop side at the corner flag.
Good decent crowd in here this afternoon.
There is actually, Dave, I actually noticed that. The away end's open as well today, but not too many have taken up that particular
but the family stand, which is always a pretty good indicator, that's very well filled. And I think Bristow's benches as well. So what the crowd want to see is a real positive, gutsy reaction to falling behind. They understand they're not going to get Real Madrid, but they do want to see some value for money, and United have got to respond. And there were hints in that good little play by Dylan Morgan, cutting inside, letting fly, and a very good save at the near post by Noah Phillips, and that's what the fans want to see.
Yeah, and Torquay win a free kick. It's about 25, heading towards 30 yards from goal. 5 yards in from the right hand side. It will be the left foot of Jordan Young.
Can he make this one better than his first one?
Let's hope so, Dave. The first one wasn't ideal, but Cody Cook, Jay Fulston, Ed Palmer all up there. Dan Hayfield again, I don't know why, get him right in amongst it. He's a big boy as done, but he's hanging back a little bit, as is Low Everton. Chelmsford defending the edge of their box. Louis Dennis makes an early run. Here it comes from Jordan Young. It is a better one. Up goes ahead to Cody Cook, and it's on target, but it's saved again, easily to be fair, by Noah Phillips in the Chelmsford goal. But fair play to Torquay United, Dave. The response since going 1-0 down has been fairly positive, hasn't it?
That was a much better free kick, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Right on the money from Jordan Young.
Two efforts on target for
United
Torquay.
have the men back there to cause problems.
Murphy there goes in.
Bit of a late one on Jay Fulston there. United have a free kick in their own half. The referee waited to see if there was any advantage. There wasn't. He's pulled it back for a free kick inside United's half, and I expect James short one to Fulston. He'll knock it up the line.
Well,
there
James Hammond playing short balls might not be what every Torquay fan wants to hear, but Cody Cook going up for the header there, but he just can't fault to Torquay. And another clearance, we'll see Murphy try and get in front of Fulston, but Fulston easily wins that one. Hammond plays it to Ed Palmer. He comes across to Fulston. Adigan going to close things down as well. Chelmsford playing a high press there. Hammond forced into the longer clearance. Up goes ahead of Cody Cook. Surely another foul by Crowther. Referee says no, and then Hayfield Sheffield has a ball nipped off him there. Chelmsford are through, but it's offside.
That is absolutely ridiculous. That is, I cannot believe that referee Tom Elsmore has not given a free kick to United there. Cody Cook went to head the ball, always had his eyes on the ball, and as he took off, he was absolutely flattened from behind. Ed Palmer is making the point to referee Tom Elsmore very forcibly, and I don't blame him. Absolutely flattened. It wasn't even an issue. We've all seen coming together that it's a free kick, and I'm staggered that Mr. Elsmore, who was 12 yards away, has looked at it and waved play on.
That you just
amazing.
Took a point there to an extent, David, where the referee could have had time to go and get his phone and take a picture of that one. He was that close to it there. But Cody stayed down a little bit. I didn't think it was. Don't
get me wrong, Paul. Cody Cook gives as good as he gets a lot of the time, etc. But it wasn't even an issue. It was just a free kick, and that's the end of it. And he's taken a knock as well. I think he's banged his shoulder as he hit the ground, because he hit the ground completely off balance, because that's why he'd been flattened. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Right, I'll pack up now.
Dave, you run away, because I don't think anybody of fair mind would disagree with much of what you're saying there, to be perfectly honest. But as we've got a little break in play, I'll just quickly check, is there any early goals in the division? Ebbsfleet 1, Farnborough 0, Hampton 0, Eastbourne 1. And that's all we've got today so far. Dorking at home to Chesham. Chesham, another team, been on a really good run recently. They did lose their last game, right enough.
Home to Dagenham in the week, but they've been on a hell of a run.
Yeah, they have indeed.
Up until then. I don't want to worry everybody unnecessarily, but Cody Cook is still down here.
Yeah.
And that is a huge blow. Absolutely. In the circumstances. He was just about to take off to win the header, which he was going to win because he was in front of his man, and he was flattened from behind, and because his eyes were on the ball and he was about to try and win the header, he's landed on his shoulder and he's had to go off. I do hope there's no real damage there.
I think that's Regan down there turning around to a referee and going up as a push ref.
I think if Mr. Elsmore ends up watching the replay of the game, and I'm sure he will, I'm sure he's a conscientious official, I think he'll look at that and say, oh my goodness,
got that one wrong. Well, we've just passed the 16-minute mark here at Plainmoor.
You're not missing anything. That was a stoppage while Cody Cook had treatment.
James Hammond will take the free kick for Torquay, 25 yards from his own goal from the offside that came after that move. It's up the left-hand side. Louis Dennis wins it with the head. Jordan Young tries to get in there, doesn't get the break of the ball, unluckily for Jordan Young. Comes to Egbo on the right hand side, he dinks it forward. That's a good ball from Taylor, and he's now got Adigan going down the right hand side, but Sonny Blue Everton immediately closes him down. Edigan, and he plays it off Sonny Blue Everton, and Chelmsford will have a corner down the right hand side. I'm pretty sure for any of their fans listening that your manager will be pretty happy with the start that you've made here so far. 16 minutes, just coming on 17 minutes gone here at Plainmoor. Thank you for joining myself and Dave Thomas on BBC Radio Devon Sport. For all the Torquay fans listening, it's not been the greatest start in terms of the score. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 1. A goal by Charlie Adams from 25 yards plus, arguably. Here comes a corner, and it goes. Palmer wins a header. Ricky Holmes taking the corner, and a good header out by Morgan, but it's only going to come back to Taylor, and Sandiri's forced to try and get his head on it, but he concedes.
He needed to, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was stretching to get his head on that, but he had to get something on it because Lyle Taylor was coming in round the back,
and it was going to fall perfectly for him.
It was, So a corner is probably
just as well. Sandiri never had a haircut before today, because that would have just went over if he did. But it's going to be eventually the evergreen Ricky Holmes, a truly fantastic player over his career for many a club. He will take the corner from the left hand side, the pop side. It's going to be an in-swinger with the right foot again. The 6-yard box, highly populated for Torquay. Here comes the corner in, up it goes. Hammond just gets a hand on it, forces it towards the right edge of the box. It's going to be attempted to come back in. Dylan Morgan blocks that and eventually gets a little bit of a break of the ball. Charlie Adams, the goal scorer, trying to return that into the ball there, but fair play to Dylan Morgan, and at last Torquay United get a little bit of luck. Goal kick, 18 and a half minutes gone here at Plainmoor.
I think one of the issues for United, amongst them, one of the many issues for United, is that Paul Watton has got them playing a very much a passing game, building from the back. Not quite as much as Worthing, but along the same lines. And they've been doing that all season.
Jordan Young digs that on. Can Dennis get in there? No, he can't. Good goalkeeping by Noah Phillips to read that situation. He was always a favourite there, but Louis Dennis made sure he did. He made him work as hard as he could.
And with all these changes, personnel and formation and all sorts, United are going to find it quite hard to play what we'd call their normal game, if you know what I mean. It may have to be a bit more pragmatic.
Gives the ball away there on Edgy's area. Holmes first, now Adigan. Sandiri gets in. That's a wild challenge there by Adigan. And Torquay, I thought Jordan Young was going to go screaming at the ref there. I'm surprised he's not got a card out for that, Dave. That looked to me, from this distance, which it was about as far as it gets, it was a pretty
bit of a lunge,
pretty meaty challenge, and I'm not convinced that wasn't too.
Well, I think both Adigan and Munash Sandir, they both went for the ball, but Adigan's was much more of a lunge than Sandir's
really,
challenge.
Really
Thank goodness they're both back on their feet.
I'm surprised he never brought a card.
He's given a free kick and left it at that.
Yeah, we're coming up to 20 minutes gone here at Plainmoor. United 0, Chelmsford 1. James Harmon's long free kick, long ball, and now Taylor's going to break the offside trap, or he's not. He's offside yet again.
Well, he may be 35, Lyle Taylor, but he's still a powerful runner. Captain of this Chelmsford team.
He is indeed.
21 goals in all competitions this season.
Oh, Taylor, sorry, I thought you meant Holmes there.
No, Lyle Taylor.
Yes.
No, Ricky Holmes is even older.
And here's Dylan Morgan, picks up, it was a loose pass, but he just can't control it, and good midfield play there, to be fair, by Charlie Adams. And now again Chelmsford on the front foot. Taylor's got a chance of getting in behind there.
Jet Murphy had just drifted offside, hadn't he? And that broke that attack up. United build again.
Goal scorer Charlie Adams with a vital challenge there to stop Dylan Morgan in his pump. But Torquay United, I don't know, Dave, is it just me? Maybe just need a little couple of minutes to just get something going for them again, of not falling out the game in any manner of means, but certainly not really created much since a couple of minutes after Chelmsford took the lead. Let's see if United can work their way back into it as Jordan Young tries to go up against Barbrook. Barbrook gets a little bit fortunate there. Sonny Bluelow, Everton halts his clearance. Louis Dennis doesn't see a man behind him, concedes possession. Charlie Adams robbed by Cody Cook. Now Cody Cook halfway inside the Chelmsford half on the right hand side, as Exeter City also fall behind. So all three Devon clubs 1-0 behind early doors. Jordan Young on that right wing, it's a low left foot cross, it was a miss-hit one. Jordan Thomas, if he can get into that, could keep the move going. Sonny Bluelow, Everton thinks it Thomas, nice little give and go, but just a little bit too out of Sonny Blue's reach there. And Adigan was fouled by Dennis and takes any pressure, being very loose expression, off his side, and they have a free kick midway inside their own half, which is taken quickly by Grimwood to Crowther. Back to Grimwood, he's got Egbo in the right back position in front of him here. Torquay not pressing at the moment now. Dylan Morgan will press Egbo, but the ball comes up the line. Murphy will get a little give and go then with Adams, but to no avail. Murphy claiming he was blocked there, but I don't think that was ever going to happen. Hammond's kick fortunately finds Hayfield, and now Sandiri on the right hand side just over a halfway line comes back inside looking for support. He finds Dan Hayfield, but United take the impetus out their own attack a little bit here. Sandiri tries to find Hayfield, but it's too much asking him to do, and Chelmsford unceremoniously clear it up through to James Hammond. United just not really getting going at the moment, Dave, are they?
Just can't find a pass in the opposition half, can they, at the moment? United are well in this game, even though they're behind, but I think they're just trying to feel their way through a difficult little period since conceding that goal. Just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Absolutely.
Try and get into the game. Don't concede a second goal. I think that's very important.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Thomas out jumped there by Murphy, but Jay Thurston mops up, clears it up to a halfway line. Up goes Cody Cook. He's a two-man sandwich there. Dylan Morgan can't fault his work rate at the moment. There's a ball dig forward. Jordan Young just can't get in there. He was hoping that Crowler was going to miss it, but he didn't. And at the moment, everything seems to be falling a Chelmsford wave. But Torquay now pick it up, and Sindiri just inside the Chelmsford half. He's got Low Everton just inside him. He comes to Jordan Young, a little give and go with him again. Jordan Young now comes back. He's only 5 yards inside the Chelmsford half now. He turns on that left foot, finds Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Back to Sindiri on the halfway line. Sindiri will look to go down the right hand side. His diagonal ball looks for the head of Cody Cook. Well, come on with me.
Yeah, that's a poor foul by Cook. We defended him a few moments ago. That was a cheap little nudge on Joe Grimwood at the back there. Just when it wasn't a bad situation actually. The crowd are having a go at Sandir for not getting the ball forward quicker, but if he can't see a really good pass, then you're better off keeping possession. And when he finally did knock the ball into the middle, bit of a cheap nudge by Cody Cook, and quite rightly a free kick.
A long ball there, first headed away by Sindiri, then also by Hayfield, but Chelmsford pick it up. Sindiri again, little bit rash there, goes into a challenge and concedes a free kick on the touchline on the left hand side, 30 yards from goal. I'm going to take a guess at Chelmsford. They'll be flinging that one in. Just a reminder, other Devon sides: Exeter 0, Bolton 1 through SJP. Sam Dolby 21st minute strike separates the sides. And possibly a little bit surprisingly, as Rafferty's 17th minute strike has Rotherham 1-0 up at home to Plymouth Argyle. Here at Plainmoor, Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 1, as a free kick's going to come in towards Torquay's box, but Louis Dennis easily clears that. It comes back to Egbo. Everybody in Torquay's half has dink ball, only finds Sindiri. He clears it back to Egbo. He will try again. Sindiri and Ricky Holmes out there. Sindiri gets his head on it, and it will be a throw in to, I don't think the referee knows, so give us a clue, ref. I think it's going to go to Chelmsford. It
was a Chelmsford throw.
I thought so personally, but
you made the point before kick-off, Paul, that you've got a United back four this afternoon in which 3 players are playing out of position. Now that is a huge ask, isn't it, in the circumstances, against a good side in form, who certainly I think will end up in the playoffs.
It's my opinion, Dave, this league is as strong as it's ever been. 3 teams came down from the National League into this one rather than 2. Chelmsford, a lot of teams spent a lot of money in here, and as the season's going on, everybody's bunching up, aren't they? All for want of a better word, big spenders / bigger clubs are all in and about the playoffs. We thought it was tight last season. This season's been pretty much the same as well. And Torquay United at the moment not going through the best run of form, as again Ricky Holmes from the left hand side with the right foot will take a corner. 27 gone here at Plainmoor. Again, most in a 6-yard box. We've got a fair idea where this is going. 4 Chelmsford players in there, and it goes up, goes ahead as the Torquay head gets it away. It only comes to Adams. Dylan Morgan gets in to challenge him, and Dylan Morgan gets the luck of the break, shall we say.
Really good header by Ed Palmer on the first ball on the corner in from Ricky Holmes. Terrific header, stretching for it. He had to get something on it, or there were players coming in behind him. That's what you pay a centre half to do, and Ed Palmer is one of the old school central defenders. How grateful United are to have him in, with Jordan Dyer and Sam Dreyer both out, 2 of the best centre backs in this league.
I was speaking to somebody beforehand, Dave. I know I'll get the usual online. He's making excuses type of thing, but Dylan Morgan now midway inside the Chelmsford half, down the left hand side up against Egbo. He's trying to tease Egbo to go one way, then the other defending so far. Egbo gets a block on the cross. Adigan out jumps Sonny Blue, Low Everton, but Fulston does get it, plays a ball to Morgan, which truthfully had no chance of keeping there. Chelmsford get it clear, but only to Sonny Blue, Low Everton in his own half. He comes back to James Hammond. Palmer gives him an option, which Hammond takes. coming up towards the halfway line. It's a longer ball looking for the header Cook, but Cody jumps way too early there. It goes straight through. The injuries.
Although nothing happened to that mover and it was just a long ball from the back, they've got to do that, United. They've got to try and hit Cook with the long ball and hope that Louis Dennis and maybe Jordan Young is reading it. And although that one didn't come off, it's not a bad tactic in the circumstances. United are going to be struggling to pass their way through this Chelmsford team with the people they have available. It's easy to forget. You've got Callum Dolan, Jordan Dyer, Sam Dreyer, Matt Worthington is now out as well, which is another hugely important senior player. There's a lot of quality and talent being sucked out of the team, and in those situations you can't carry on as if they were still there.
Well, the long ball's paid off for Chelmsford. There is a hopeful punt upfield. Sees Jay Filson get under it slightly, and it's now going to be a corner from the right hand side to the visitors. Ricky Holmes with the right foot again will be looking to take this one. It's going to come in. It's a low one. It's a training ground one. Low shot comes in there from Adigan, but Torquay, he mishit it, and Torquay just about get it away, but it's still not cleared very well. It's going to come back out to Holmes on the right hand side via Adigan, and that's exactly what happens here. Coming up to the half hour mark, Holmes tries to get it in, up goes the head. It's Jay Filson just about gets it away, but that's a poor clearance again. And again, Ricky Holmes on this right hand side, he's got support there by Tamplin down there. He gets a decent cross in head. Palmer wins it. Thought he was fouled, but the referee says no. Good take there by Charlie Adams. Again, quite a strong challenge. The referee says fair. Tamplin again will try and put it in. Miss kicks it again, but again it breaks a Chelmsford way. Now Ricky Holmes puts it in. Up goes the heads again. It's going to break a back post there, and a chance there for the supporting fullback Barbrook, but he can't keep his shot on target. 30 minutes gone here at Plainmoor United now. Chelmsford won, but Chelmsford probably a better team at the moment.
Yeah, they're on top. There's no doubt about that. A little bit of a breeze at Plainmoor, and it's in Chelmsford's favour. But they're a big, strong side, aren't they? And they know what they're doing at this level. I would have thought that if they weren't to go up this season, there'll be a bit of soul searching there.
Torquay just can't really get any controlled possession at the moment. As soon as they pick up the ball, it seems that it's running off a player's toe or whatever, but Dylan Morgan will try and change that. Tries to bring it down but concedes possession. Adigan now on the right hand side, Taylor moving inside. Filston comes out, reads it, concedes a throw in. Over again, Chelmsford spending plenty of time in the Torquay United half, Dave.
Yeah. United haven't been able to really get it going yet. They haven't forced too many chances in open play.
Taylor's just in the box. He's trying to win a corner. It comes in somehow. Is it going to break a Torquay way? It does go out for a goal kick. I think it's actually offside in the end. Dave, yeah, it is. Hammond takes it quickly to give it to Jordan Young, but I had no idea why, because Jordan Young had.
Yeah, but initially it was on, and Jordan Young asked for the pass. He called for Hammond to try and knock a long one over the top then, and it didn't come off quite. But
fair play to Chelmsford then they got to.
Well, there you are. The referee has given a free kick to United for the mildest of nudges on Dan Hayfield as he went to head the ball in midfield. I promise you that was almost a kiss and a hug compared with the challenge
that was a sympathy decision
that flattened Cody Cook earlier, but hey ho, that's the game.
32 minutes just turned here at Plainmoor as Sundiri from the halfway line dinks it towards the edge of the box. It was deep in the box actually. It's going to come back to Morgan 25 yards from goal, brings it down on the chest, but he's forced a little bit wide. Morgan can't fashion space on him. He comes inside, he tries a shot, easily blocked. Sundiri will pick up the rebound, he dinks it forward. It's no way offside, I don't think. Palmer is onside actually. He's now got Louis Dennis left edge of the box. Can Louis Dennis produce some magic for Torquay United? Comes back on the right foot, he dinks it in. Jordan Young's at the back post, it's headed there by Barbrook, and Torquay United are going to have a corner's kick here at Plainmoor, and the fans beginning to get behind their team a little bit again. It's been a tough half at the moment, but the fans so far staying behind their team. Jordan Young from the pop side with the left foot will take this corner from the right hand side. Dennis comes short, Cook, Fulston, Morgan, Palmer in the box, Hayfield, Weverton on the edge of it. Thomas and Sundiri come back to Mark Adigan. It's a short one to Louis Dennis from Jordan Young. Jordan Young gets it back now, he puts a left foot across and up goes it, heads, or Chelmsford head wins it, it comes to low Everton, he's going to try a shot, never be able to get his body shape right, up and over the bar harmlessly. 33 just over gone here at Plainmoor United now. Chelmsford 1. I
must say I can't quite work out why United played a short corner there with Louis Dennis running out to take the short one, then passing it back to Jordan Young to knock into the middle. Louis Dennis is one of the, if not the best finisher in the club. You'd think you wanted him in and around the box for that sort of stuff, rather than taking part in a short corner routine and then ending up miles from goal. But there you go.
Try and get some scores in a minute. There's a little bit of foul in there between Jordan Thomas and Murphy, as went unchecked by the referee, and Taylor takes a quick throw into Adigan down the right hand side, 20 yards from goal for the visitors. Taylor dinks over Egbo. It's a good supporting run from Egbo in the box, he dinks it into the middle, a chance for Chelmsford, somehow up and over the bar there.
Big chance.
Is it Adams again? It's got no, it's not Adams, can't see who it is, it's in there.
It's a young lad on the left.
See his number when he turns round, but that was a huge chance.
That was a big chance, that is.
Yeah,
miss.
It was Murphy, wasn't it?
Jed Murphy. He's sort of playing off Taylor. He's been playing wide on the right hand side for most of the afternoon, only a young lad. He didn't get that on target. I wonder whether it was good news that from United's point of view that he didn't.
Very, actually, as the ball again comes up, Fulston and Murphy will go for it. Fulston does well, composed little pass back to Hammond. He again will go long diagonal looking for Jordan Young, but Barbrook will win that easily, but he can only head up to Ed Palmer, and now United have got a chance to put the ball on the ground a little bit. Palmer and Hayfield exchange passes now back to James Hammond, back out to Palmer on the right hand side looking for movement. Sandiri goes up the line, Dennis drops really deep, dink ball in by Palmer looking for Young, giving him no chance. Low Everton does really well there. Now Jordan Young has it, comes outside to Jordan Thomas, he uses his left foot to find Dylan Morgan just inside the Chelmsford half. Morgan just about keeps possession there, finds Jordan Young. Now Ed Palmer back to Jordan Young on the halfway line, and he'll head down the right hand side. Sandiri offers him an option, Dan Hayfield not far away either. Sandiri on the right touchline, comes back inside, finds Jordan Young 25 yards from goal. Young goes by one, he's brought down, referee says absolutely no chance, and it's not a free kick, and Chelmsford through Holmes will clear it up the left channel, but Palmer gets in front of his man there, but only to Archie Tamplin, and now he's coming forward it's down the left hand side here. Ball poked in there to Adigan, but he just couldn't get in there. Dan Hayfield prods out a toe. Jordan Young, did you think that was a foul there, Dave?
No, he was looking for it, wasn't he? And referee Elsmore was well placed to make that decision.
Hornchurch 2, Worthing 0 is the latest score. That must have been two fairly quick
goals.
Well,
Hornchurch obviously they're second and fourth.
Yeah.
And they've been in a lean spell recently as well.
Everybody bar Dorking pretty much hasn't it? At the top of the table too. Here comes Sandiri again down the right hand side. His attempted cross doesn't even go out for a throw in. That's really good from Jordan Young, and eventually Torquay United get the throw. I tell you what, I hope Torquay have not put the lottery on the day, Dave. They're not really getting any luck at the moment, but listen, as I know you'll say, you make your own luck, which is very true. Chippenham
long throw coming up from
Chippenham, one Maidenhead now. Sandiri 16 yards from goal by a pop side. He's going to take the long one, as Dave said. I think it's going to be headed by Barbrook, who misses it, but again fortunately breaks a Chelmsford way.
It's been like that all afternoon, really, hasn't it? Any second balls appear to have dropped to white shirts.
And there's a really good run now. Ricky Holmes just inside the box. He's a big chance, and Chelmsford lead by 2 goals to 0.
Jet Murphy.
As Jet Murphy from 8 yards out gets on the receiving end of a Ricky Holmes outside of the foot low cross, 8 yards from goal, past James Hammond. 38 minutes gone at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 2.
Well, there you are, caught. I was just about to say United could do to getting through to half time, only one down here, not because they've been out on the rack or anything like that, but this is an afternoon where you want to stay in the game with all their injury problems for as long as possible, and they've been caught out with a real sucker breakaway attack down the left hand side. Ricky Holmes, my goodness, he may be 38 but he still knows what he's doing, good control, made the ground, looked up, spotted Murphy making a run through the middle of the pitch, put the ball on the money, and the youngster could hardly miss from 8 yards out, something like that. And suddenly it's a very, very tough afternoon for United. It's the Gulls 0, Chelmsford City 2.
There is indeed. It's just that little bit of quality, Dave, isn't it? Little bit of Holmes, as you said, he might be 38 years of age, but he's got a footballing brain, as they say. And Chelmsford on the break there, Torquay were beginning to get back into the game, I felt, for a few minutes, but on the break they've been caught out. Decent play by Firstly, I think it was Adigan involved in it, he plays it past to Holmes. As the ball comes out towards Jordan Thomas on the left hand side, he managed to keep it in just about, and then Torquay United will have a throw in 30 yards from goal, taken quickly by Jordan Thomas to Jordan Young, not giving him much chance. Again, another break of the ball, falls exactly to the feet of a Chelmsford player. Louis Dennis goes back, tackles Adigan there. Now Dylan Morgan trying to get his feet going there, but the pitch slowed him down a little bit there. Egbo does well at right back, good tackle by Louis Dennis. Dylan Morgan's got it, and eventually Torquay United will have a free kick.
Can they get one back just before half time? What a huge lift that would be. Not the first time they've been 2 down at home to promotion rivals. And you have to remember that a full strength United side beat this Chelmsford team 2-0 in Essex not long ago.
Exactly. It's going to be Sonny Blue low effort to put one in. Here it comes, right foot, and it goes. It's met by Torquay. Can Louis Dennis find his feet? No, he can't. 6-7 yards from goal, he had the ball at his feet, but he just couldn't get his feet sorted. Dylan Morgan, left edge of the box, goes on the outside, low ball across, Egbo puts it out, corner to Torquay United. We have got just over 5 minutes left of this half. Devon, Torquay at least again responding well to conceding a goal.
Yeah, just when you wanted the ball to drop in front of somebody into Louis Dennis's path, it fell behind him and he had to turn, and
absolutely.
The chance was gone.
Here comes a corner from Low Everton, up go the heads, but it's cleared away to back post by Chelmsford. It comes through Adigan. Sindiri is not penalised for a foul, I think, to be fair to Adigan there. He probably thought he was going to get a free kick, but as it is, Sindiri will take a throw in just inside, 10 yards, 12 yards inside the half. Down by the pop side, here comes a long throw to the edge of the box, again won by the Chelmsford defence there, and now here comes the veteran Ricky Holmes, absolutely instrumental in that goal. Another outside of the right foot ball there, looking for the run of Adigan, but Sindiri gets back to read that and then just clears it, and it does go out for a throw in. Sindiri just anywhere will do.
Oh yeah, he had to do that, didn't he? He was potentially in a very dangerous, difficult situation. Did well there actually, under pressure, to get away with conceding a throw. Here we go again.
Yeah, here we come. It's Taylor on the left hand side, just holding possession up for his team. Turns Dan Hayfield quite well, tries to get it in. Hayfield sticks a throw in. League leaders Dorkin currently 0-0 at home to Chesham. Here comes another ball in towards Torquay's box. Palmer gets it away with the left foot, but United have got nobody up to even come close to picking up the scraps there, and it will be a throw in. And truthfully, Dave, Chelmsford are beginning to enjoy their day, aren't they?
Well, they're a good side. They are a good side, and they certainly, I forget where they are on the table, is it 10th or something at the moment? And that is a long way below where they expected and their budget said that they would be. But it is what it is.
As it stands,
United have to try and...
They would move to within 4 points of Torquay if they can get the win here today.
Yeah, you look at the two teams this afternoon and you think, my goodness, is that still the case, that United are 7 points ahead of them?
Well, here comes Egbo in a reasonably dangerous position, right edge of the box. He dinks it in, there's a nice little ball into Adigan, tries to turn and get a shot, well blocked by Palmer, and Jordan Thomas does quite well there. And now Dylan Morgan, and he tried to play a ball with the outside of his right foot, but he's given Cody Cook no chance.
He's not good enough to do that.
And if that was anything, I think he's been watching Ricky Holmes there, to be honest with you. actually. It's but gave Cook no chance, and it kind of sums up Torquay United's first half. Tottenham 2-0 up at Dagenham, Enfield 1, Bath 1. Tell you what, you think it's bad being a Torquay supporter trying being an Enfield 1. They won 5-0 away from home on Saturday and then get humiliated 8-0. The next game was Dylan Morgan again, but Torquay, Chelmsford, to be fair, are surrounding Torquay every time. The likes of Dennis or Morgan pick up the balls.
In fairness to Chelmsford, you're right, Paul. Every time United get the ball, Chelmsford are working like beavers to put them under pressure on the ball, and that is a great thing to do in any form of football, but especially in lower division football. If you don't do that, you might as well stay at home.
It's 90 seconds to go to half time. Torquay United, Jordan Thomas does well there, finds Dylan Morgan, that goes out. It's going to be a throw in after the tackle by Adams.
And nobody's working harder than Ricky Holmes at 38 years old either.
Magnanimous enough to admit, Dave, that he, as somebody once said, the most difficult thing about football is always an opposition trying to win as well. Here comes Dylan Morgan, he's trying to at least spark United into life. Dink ball by Jordan Young finds a onside Jordan Thomas at the left corner flag. It comes back to Young, doesn't really give him much to play with there. The ball comes off of Young. Murphy challenges Young, looking to say, what are you talking about, referee? But the throw-in will go to Chelmsford and Egbo. We have got 40 seconds left of the first half.
You're just praising Chelmsford's work rate. I must stress that United are working pretty hard as well. It's just that they cannot get anything really going at the moment. Cook hasn't had any change at all out of the two.
Dylan Morgan and Lyle Taylor on a little tete-a-tete there, and Morgan claiming that Taylor's either elbowed him or poked him in the eye or something, but I'll be honest, I didn't see it, but he definitely made a claim of some sort against Taylor. Hammond's long clearance will look for the header. Cody Cook well defended there though by Joe Grimwood.
Yeah, Grimwood's played well this afternoon against Cook.
And Torquay again give it away. Chelmsford have got it just inside the half. There'll be 2 additional minutes in this half. Goes into them now. Taylor dinks it forward. Sonny Blue low. Everton tries to get in front. Well, he gets it first, then Adigan takes it off him. Adigan looking to get into a box. There's a pull back there by Dan Hayfield.
It was fairly clear as well.
I tell you what, Dave, why bother having an assistant referee?
Well,
I mean,
he stood 8 yards away, the assistant linesman. Angelo Harrop, the Chelmsford manager, is going spare, and I do not blame him. Jay Fulson, a clear tug on the shirt then.
It wasn't even close, Dave.
It wasn't even close, and the linesman has looked at it, and now he's going to get, if he's not careful, he's going to get booked for protesting about. He's 100% right. He was 100% right, and it's really disappointing officiating.
And to be honest, Dave, as well, as much as you and I are, castigating the linesman to an extent, rightly so, I'm not really sure it's a huge excuse for the referee not to have seen that either, to be honest with you. I mean, it wasn't like a split-second tug, it was clear as day. Anyway, Louis Dennis tries to dink it on to Dylan Morgan, but the defender...
Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary.
Grimwood gets in there, it is a throw-in. Jordan Thomas will take it. We've got 40 seconds before half-time. Thomas looking for movement. He finds that movement through Cody Cook, who's just muscled off the ball, and it's now cleared and all the way through to James Hammond here. Torquay United, it'll be interesting to see hear the reaction of the fans at half-time. Dave, I think we might hear a couple of cat calls almost as Torquay.
Well, you can't. You're 2-0 down at home in such an important match. You can't expect people to be happy about it. But
singing Kumbaya, are they? Here comes Jordan Thomas with a throw to Morgan. Thomas gets it back to Morgan. He tries to go past Egbo, but he's had a good game down there. Egbo, to be fair to him, he's quite a recent signing, if memory serves me. Another throw into Torquay United. They need to do this quickly. The referee will put the whistle to his lip. It's going to be Sandiri with a long one. Palmer goes up to the near edge of the
Are you supposed to add time on for throw-ins? I don't think so.
They'll not stop a promising attack, basically, despite the time here it comes into a box. Another Chelmsford that wins it. Is that a pull there? There's a header.
It's a corner. But
he's blown for half-time.
Now. That was almost, apart from Dylan Morgan's early shot push wide, that was almost United's nearest miss of the half.
Yeah.
That long throw caused all sorts of problems in the Chelmsford defence.
Barbrook it was, Dave, that headed past his own post there. It was
but not enough time to take the corner.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that they would normally let that go, most referees, but whatever. Look at Chelmsford, the way that Taylor and their goalkeeper are walking off, and you think they've won the game already. I hope some Torquay players are watching this, Dave, and they're not exactly, got the flares and banners out, whatever, but I think, Dave, listen, as much as you and I would prefer to see a home win, I think we have to be fair as well and say that the visitors at the moment deserve to be in front.
Yes, no, absolutely. I think with all United's problems, makeshift defence, a reshuffle midfield and attack, they needed to keep things as tight here as they possibly could. As soon as I said 2-2 as a prediction before kick-off, I almost said to myself, no, 1-1 maybe. And unfortunately, they're going to have to come from 2 down to prove me anywhere near right. But no, United haven't been able to get much going forward. Odd moments of promise from Morgan and Jordan Young, thankfully fit again out on the right-hand side. But crucially, the combination of Cody Cook and Louis Dennis, which is what United planned for at the start of the season and started the campaign with, just hasn't clicked up front, unfortunately. It's quite a big ask when you're playing a lot of long balls in the air up to a target man like that. You've got to have a real quality man to make the most of that sort of service, and Cook hasn't been able to make an awful lot of it. Chelmsford thoroughly deserved their lead, and we'll see now whether United can pull this back in the second half. They have 1 or 2 options on the bench. Let's hope that they get some inspiration from there.
Well, as I said, Dave, there's not been a huge adverse reaction from the fans, fortunately, so far, but at half-time here from Plainmore, it's a 7th minute strike from Charlie Adams, doubled by Murphy after 38 minutes, which has given the visitors a 2-0 lead. Please rejoin us for the second half, but half-time at Plainmore, Torquay 0, Chelmsford 2.
Grey skies, outbreaks of rain.
When it rains cats and dogs.
Please, some respite, Carol.
With torrential rain and flooded roads.
The water is now across the road itself.
The river is very high, moving very fast.
The water is rolling over the wall.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. There's nowhere for this rain to go.
So there is a real concern for further flooding.
Hundreds of flood warnings and alerts have been issued across the UK.
Is the rain going to stop?
It's down to this blocking area of high pressure in Scandinavia.
Wet and windy weather on the way.
We're here so you know what's happening.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
Half-time in our football matches this afternoon, covering Plymouth Argyle, Exeter City and Torquay United. They're all currently losing at the moment, so not a particularly good Saturday afternoon so far. Let's go around the grounds and find out a little bit more detail about what's going on. We'll go to League One first. Plymouth Argyle away against Rotherham United. Let's get a half-time report from the New York Stadium from Chris Cooper.
Well, Chris isn't actually here, so I don't mind doing it myself if you want.
Go for it, Brano. Tell me about it. What's been going on?
Well, Plymouth Argyle, if I'm honest, have come out with a game plan that they haven't stuck to and caused, for me, Rotherham United quite a few problems from not being disruptive enough and not being intense enough in all areas of the pitch. We've not defended well enough, obviously. We haven't gone out there and played the ball around enough, which I thought we would have against a struggling side. And when we've actually got in and around the box, we've kind of left it to our own devices to try and create things, which we just haven't done. And we've had more shots and more opportunities than, say, Rotherham, and that's how poor Rotherham have been. But we should have been able to finish them, should have been able to take the impetus and the intensity that we played at to another level, because these are on the ropes, these are a struggling side. And the information that we would have got back from, say, Plymouth Argyle's journey to come and watch them away from home or on their travels would have been that these are struggling and we should get around their defensive line and get more shots off. And we just haven't hit the target, we've just been poor.
All right, Brano, cheers for that. Stepping in there to the commentary role this afternoon. Plymouth Argyle 1-0 down away against Rotherham United. Rotherham 1, Plymouth Argyle 0. Elsewhere in League One, similar scoreline going against the other Devon club, our other Devon club, Exeter City trailing at home against Bolton Wanderers, John Ayres.
Yes, half-time, Exeter City 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. The Grecians started brightly without threatening too much, but sadly for them, it all went wrong on 21 minutes when, somewhat against the run of play, Kenny made a great run down the right-hand side, put in a cross to Sam Dolby, who just slotted the ball past Whitworth in on the far post to put Bolton Wanderers in front. And sadly for the Grecians, they've gone a bit flat since then. Bolton have had a couple of chances. Dolby has had a run where he scuffed a shot just wide. Kenny's also had a shot that came off a free kick that also went just wide. The Grecians have been pushing a little bit. We've seen Wareham go close from about 6 yards out, hitting a shot on the turn going wide. Macmillan had a great opportunity just before half-time, but didn't strike it properly, scuffed it, and the ball went straight at the goalkeeper. But certainly a feeling that Exeter have a lot to do to turn this round in the second half. It's Exeter City 0, Bolton 1.
Thank you, John. Right, that's what's going on in League One then. So both Plymouth Argyle and Exeter City are both losing by 1-0 at the break, with work to do then for both our League One sides in the second half. Commentaries to come for you very soon. Let's go to Plainmoor next. Torquay United having a real wobble at the top of the table, and that continues today, Paul Mulhern.
It does, James, to be honest, but I have to give credit to the visitors who've played pretty well. They're a decent team. Probably their league position belies the strength they've got in their squad, but they're on a decent run of form and they've shown it here today. First few minutes was fairly even. Probably Torquay started slightly better, but after just 7 minutes the ball breaks to midfielder Charlie Adams. It bounces up 25 probably plus yards from goal. He hits a beautiful right foot shot. James Hammond was a couple of yards off his line. It flies up and over James Hammond into the roof of the net, and the visitors all of a sudden have taken the lead. The next couple of minutes seemed Torquay sort of get the bit between their teeth a little bit as Dylan Morgan danced into the box, hit a low right foot shot to the near post. It was tipped round the post, and then Cody Cook had a header from about 7 yards, but he couldn't get the power on. It was easily saved. That was after 13 minutes. Truthfully, Chelmsford then took over a little bit. Half an hour gone, Barbrook had a chance at the back post. He shoots over. Murphy poked out a toe from 6 yards out after 35 minutes. Truthfully should have done better, but he made up for that, if he wants to call it a mistake, just 3 minutes later, as a good breakaway by Chelmsford down the left hand side, seeing the veteran excellent player Ricky Holmes bend a low cross into the box with the outside of his right foot. Murphy gets in front of the defender from 7-8 yards, pokes it past James Hammond to make it 2-0. Torquay's arguably best chance of the game ironically came from a long throw 2 minutes into injury time. Sundiri took it from the left hand side. It was headed towards the back post. Their full back Barbrook got his head on it, nearly put it in his own net. It went a couple of inches past the post. The referee decided there wasn't enough time to take the corner, and Torquay United walked off to some muted or quietish boos. I'm not sure if it was for the performance or the fact they didn't get the corner, but there's a lot of work to do in the second half for Paul Watton's side. Half time at Plainmoor. Torquay 0, Chelmsford 2.
Thank you very much, Paul Mulhern at Plainmoor this afternoon. So work for all of our sides to do in the second half, with your second half commentaries on the way in the next 5 minutes. Right, let's take a look at what's been going on then across the country in the Premier League 3 o'clock games. It's Burnley 1, Brentford 3, Liverpool 3, West Ham United 0, and at St James's Park it's Newcastle United 1, Everton 2 at half-time. Championship half-times: Charlton 0, Wrexham 1, Coventry 1, Stoke City 1, Ipswich 2-0 up at home against Swansea. Oxford United 2, West Bromwich Albion 1, Preston North End 0, Millwall 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Sheffield United 2, and Sheffield Wednesday 0, Southampton 2 at Hillsborough. Into League One we go. Doncaster Rovers 0, Cardiff City 1, Exeter City 0, Bolton Wanderers 1, Lincoln City lead Blackpool 1-0 at Sincil Bank, Mansfield 2, AFC Wimbledon 1, Port Vale 1, Luton 1, Reading against Bradford is goalless. Plymouth Argyle 1-0 away, losing 1-0 away against Rotherham. Stevenage 1, Stockport 1, Wigan 0, Huddersfield 0, and Wycombe Wanderers 1, Burton Albion 0 at the break at Adams Park. League 2 half-times: Barnet 0, Chesterfield 0, Barrow 0, Gillingham 0, Bromley 1, Accrington Stanley 1, Colchester against Salford is goalless, as is Fleetwood against Newport, and Notts County against Grimsby. Crewe 0, Tranmere 1, Oldham 1, Crawley 0. Now I looked at that earlier, about 38th minute. All of the 3 o'clock games were 0-0 in League 2. Not often you see that 38 minutes into an afternoon. National League South scorelines to let you know about: Chippenham 1, Maidenhead United 0, Dagenham 0, AFC Totton 2, Dorking 0, Chesham 0, Ebbsfleet 1, Farnborough 1. It's Enfield Town 1, Bath City 1, Hampton 0, Eastbourne 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Tonbridge Angels 1, Hornchurch 2, Worthing 0 at the break. It's goalless between Salisbury and Maidstone, and Slough against Dover, and Torquay United trailed Chelmsford by 2-0. We're also keeping you up to date this afternoon of what's going on in East Devon in the Western Premier League. It's Sidmouth against Street. Peter Smith.
Half-time at Manston Lane, Sidmouth 0, Street 3. Sidmouth being outplayed by lively Street team. First goal after 7 minutes, a tap-in from Chris Barrett after the Sidmouth defence was pulled apart. Then on 34, another passing sequence finished off by Finn Smith from close range, 2-0. Could have been more, but from some saves by Elliot Driver. Sidmouth had just lost the influential Nathan Cooper at that point to injury on the half-hour. Worse was to come on 42. Jacob Dickens chipped the keeper and it went in off the far post, dribbling over the goal line. Sidmouth's best effort, Lewis Smith, put through, forced wide and had to shoot but was wide. And then Zach Williams run and cross right on the half-time whistle, but nobody there to meet it. Sidmouth 0, Street 3.
That's what's going on in the football then. Let's go to the rugby. Massive game at the Brickfield. Second place Plymouth Albion taking on third place Blackheath. Paddy Marsh has a half-time report.
Half-time score at the Brickfields in this National Division 1 game. Plymouth Albion 14, Blackheath 24. A half for Plymouth Albion to forget. They've been totally outplayed by Blackheath and they're lucky to be only 10 points down at half-time. The visitors took an early lead with a catch and drive, and it was their hooker Billy Harding going over for his 38th try of the season, which fly half Sam Morley converted. A second try for the visitors came on 15 minutes, right wing Tom Hughes getting on the end of a kick through from fly half Morley. It got worse for Albion halfway through the first half when visiting scrum half Jordan Burns went in under the post and Morley added a simple conversion. Albion eventually got themselves on the scoreboard when hooker Harry Williamson burrowed his way over a fly half, Ewan Jenkins converting, before the visitors got their bonus point try when prop Archie Holland finished off a catch and dry move. And just before the interval, Albion gave themselves a lifeline when second row Hugh Taylor, with a quickly taken penalty, got Albion's second try, which Jenkins converted. Albion's line-out has been a total shambles and they'll need to improve considerably if they're going to get anything from this game. Half-time, Plymouth Albion 14, Blackheath 24.
Thank you very much, Paddy. We'll keep you up to date on that one throughout the afternoon. This is BBC Radio Devon. We're just after 4 o'clock. This is James Vickery with you through till 6. We'll have all of the reaction to today's games for you between 5 and 6 tonight. And second half commentaries on the way for City, Argyle and United. And that's to come in the next few minutes.
Because of you, good things happen. Because of you, Devon is a better place.
Real love and compassion for the community.
You inspire. You lift others up.
What they do for each other is phenomenal.
You and the people just like you are the spark that makes a difference.
To nominate a local hero for a Make a Difference award, go to bbc.co.uk/make a difference, where you'll find a list of categories, full terms and our privacy notice. Nominations close on the 31st of March at 5 p.m.
Make a difference. We can make a difference.
BBC Radio Devon.
James Vickery.
BBC
Radio Devon.
Time to go back then to our second half commentaries here on BBC Radio Devon Sport for this Saturday afternoon. So if you're on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, we can take you back then to Plainmoor this afternoon for Torquay United against Chelmsford City. This one being watched by Dave Thomas and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you so much, James. Welcome back. At the moment, neither side is out for the second half yet. We've got quite a few volunteers out with their pitchforks on the pitch, trying to make things as easy as possible. The pitch, actually, since the last game here, has decent recovery, shall we say. It's not back fully, but the first half was one that not too many Torquay fans would have wanted to see. But I said in my half-time report, I do believe that sometimes you just have to give credit to your opposition, and I think Chelmsford have come here and put on a really good performance so far. Torquay United making their way out. I can't see any substitutions.
Yeah, Kieran Wilson is on the pitch, and Jordan I would think Young's that might be for Dylan Morgan, and I think Matt Jay is coming on as well. So Paul Watton, you can never or seldom accuse him of being on the back foot with his substitutions. He's nearly always pretty proactive, is that the right word?
Dylan Morgan at the moment is definitely one who's went off, Dave.
Yeah.
And
is it Cody Cook?
It looks like Cody Cook has also joined them,
So Wilson for Cook and Jay for... Well, but we'll see which the numbers are, but Wilson and Jay for...
It's Morgan and Cook.
Morgan and Cook, basically, whichever way you want to...
Oh, Tizard's coming on as well.
My goodness, wow. Well, you definitely can't accuse Paul
Thomas is coming off, so Tizard is coming on for Thomas.
Yeah, so Fulston will go to left back, which is his normal position. Tizard at centre back alongside Ed Palmer. That looks a bit, and Jordan Thomas will switch to right back. Well, at least that's, you know...
It automatically gives United more balance in the back line.
Quite, and at least you've got 4 players, more or less, all playing in their normal positions. And, of course, it means that Munash Sandir can go into midfield. So we have 11 players out there, more or less, playing in their right positions, which is
so it's
a plus.
Who's going to be right back, then? Because he went free at the back. The way they're lining up, it looks like Paul's went free at the back.
Oh, Jordan Thomas has gone.
Yeah, Thomas is off.
Thomas is off, I beg his pardon, sorry. Yes, it's Tizard for Thomas, isn't it? So, yeah, they've gone to 3 at the back. Palmer, Tizard, new signing making his debut, Fulston, Jordan Young, right wing back, Kieran Wilson, left wing back, Hayfield, Sandir and Low Everton in midfield, and Dennis and Jay up front. Let's see how this works.
Yeah, Chelmsford haven't made any changes to the best that we can see, but we will confirm this line-up for you in a minute. United in their home shirts, Chelmsford in a white and, well, pink splash is the best way I can put it. I think you've pretty much nailed the formation there, I think, Dave. As Chelmsford try to come forward, Palmer clears it. It goes out for a throw-in, so it's definitely going to be Palmer.
Anyway, formations never won a football match, Paul,
absolutely.
and it'll be down to individual players doing the right things at the right time.
Matt Jay nods on a long throw-in, and Torquay are going to get another throw-in, 18 yards from goal down the right-hand side. Jordan Young waits on Ed Palmer.
They need a goal to get them back in this game, don't they?
Absolutely.
Fairly early.
Confirm the formation when we get a chance, but I think, Dave, you were pretty accurate there. It's going to be Palmer with the longish throw. Here it comes into the Chelmsford box. Up goes it head. Chelmsford win it easily. Low Everton dinks it back out to Palmer, trying to bring it down. Well played, Palmer. It's a loop ball into the box. Up go the heads. Wilson in there, gets nowhere near it. Dennis picks it up on the edge of the box. Dennis comes back to Jordan Young as he's going to get space for a shot. He bends it round. It's just a little bit wide after a minute of the second half, though. At least Torquay United have asked the question on the front foot, Dave.
That's what the crowd want to see. I think the crowd, they're still with United this afternoon. They know of all the problems that Paul Watton's got, but you can't put a price on effort, can you? And all they want to see is United on the front foot giving this a right good go, and a shot from Young just over the angle of post and bar wasn't a bad way to start.
Yep.
Tizard has won his first header.
He has. Matt Jay picks it up, coming forward, flings it through to Kieran Wilson in the box. Can Wilson stay on? Good shot saved there by the keeper. Good effort by Wilson. Good little move. Matt Jay playing him in, and the Torquay United fans beginning to get behind the team again. It's been a decent start to the half. Yellow Army come with chance. Certainly here from Bristol's bench anyway, we can hear them. Ed Palmer's going to launch another long throw in. Here it comes.
No Cook in there to get on the end of it, of course.
Brings it down really well, but he just can't get the pass out to Jordan Young. Chelmsford clear it only as far as Fulston. He dinks it towards Louis Dennis, back to Jay Fulston inside the Chelmsford half. He now comes back to Tizard with his first touch. He comes running out. Here he comes charging up, good ball out ahead. Palmer, Jordan Young's wider on the right hand side, and that's who he finds 20 yards from goal. Jordan Young teasing his defender Barbrook, comes back in on the left foot, he gets across in, up goes ahead again. It just comes off Matt Jay, but I think it hit a defender and comfortably goes through to goalkeeper Noah Phillips. But a really good start to the half for Torquay.
Well, Matt Jay's been involved in everything ever since he's gone on the pitch, so let's hope we're in for a big afternoon, or half an afternoon from him.
Well, as I said, it's definitely 3 at the back. It looks like almost like a 3-1-2.
I shouldn't worry about it too much, Paul.
By the time I've worked at it, Dave, I'll be getting a call from Mastermind to go on there.
It's 3 at the back, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
That's worth.
Yes, and Deary's just going to sit in front of him.
How the rest are spread around is.
And here is Sindiri, picks the ball up, almost gives it away. Adigan almost robbed him there. That was big trouble if he did. Dink ball forward, looking for the runner Wilson, and then, well, if your luck's in, Dave. Through there, Joe Grimwood headed it off the back of his head.
Didn't know a lot about it.
Absolutely, it fell straight to Egbo, who headed it back to the keeper, who could pick it up. And that's about as fortunate as you get there for Chelmsford, but truthfully, they will argue they've deserved the little breaks at the moment, and I truthfully wouldn't argue too much with that. Here comes Ricky Holmes, but Sonny Blue Low Everton gets in. Sindiri finds Louis Dennis, who's more left at this half at the moment, comes inside Low Everton, back to Dennis.
Big ask, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Does well, Dennis, and then Sindiri almost breaks Low Everton's foot with a pass forward, but Low Everton did enough. There's a foul for Torquay, and arm goes across. Jay Fulston right on the left edge of the box there. I think you're going to give him a yellow. No, he's not.
No, he's got the spray out.
I thought he went for the card for a second there, so right on the left edge of the box, 20 yards from goal. Torquay United have got a free kick. Chelmsford bench not too happy with that, but truthfully, I think that was
I thought it was a free kick.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, Paul, but
it's now a chance for United. It's Jordan Young and Sonny Blue Low Everton over the free kick. Matt Jay, Kieran Wilson, Louis Dennis.
Well, there's enough in there.
Tizard in there, Palmer's in there, Jay Fulston's in there. It's going to be the right foot of Sonny Blue Low Everton. I'm not convinced he's not going to try a shot here, to be honest, Dave. I think it's too close for a decent paced cross, and let's see what Sonny Blue does. Everybody up for United. Here he comes. It is a shot. It's towards in your post. It goes out, and Torquay claiming that type of deflection.
Well, he claimed that it went off the two-man wall, but
I didn't notice a deflection, if I'm honest. But
not from this distance.
No, then again,
and anyway, it probably wasn't the greatest free kick in the world. But United have started this front foot very much on. The second half very much on the front foot, and let's hope they can keep that up.
Still, Worthing have pulled a goal back at Hornchurch. I always like sneaky little draws when their challenges are playing each other. Tizard, I was told he was a ball-playing defender by Paul before the game. We've already seen an example of that, and he showed a fair turn of pace as well there, Dave.
I think the good thing about him is, obviously, he's on loan from Sutton. He grew up at Southampton from the age of about 9 or 10. Thought they'd got a good one at one time. They decided to release him in the end. Just watching the play for a minute.
Surely offside. Come on, linesman, get your flag up. He was miles off there.
And he went north and played for 2 years in the Scottish Championship with Queen's Park. Now that's a tough old league, that is, and he was a regular there, and the fans liked him. He had 2 years up there. And then decided to come back down south again and join Sutton. He's played 20 odd games, the best part of 20 games for Sutton in the National League so far, so he should be up and ready. And at this stage of the season, if you haven't got a fortune to go out and spend on somebody, his CV looks pretty good.
Well, Tuesday night's opponents, Farnborough, they'll be here, of course, live on BBC Radio. Devon Sport have got an equaliser. Well, they got it in the first half at Ebbsfleet. Ebbsfleet 1, Farnborough 1. As the ball comes into Torquay's box, Murphy goes back to Egbo, right back. He's made a mistake there or whatever, but I've actually been quite impressed with him, Devon. Now Torquay trying to break forward, and here comes, what's the centre half?
Tizard.
Charging up there. He finds Sonny Blue Low Everton. Tizard then shows he is a central defender after all, but United through Louis Dennis pick up possession again. He almost gives it away. Tizard does well, gets it back to Fulston. Fulston comes back to Hammond, and again I hope their lads are picking up the reaction of the crowds here, Dave. If you look online you would think that we're about to go out of existence, but the fans at the moment well staying behind the team. Good to hear from them as Hayfield dinks up looking for the runner Matt J, whoever that's going to give Crowther too much time to get it. Hayfield picks up his clearance though. Jordan Young turns inside his man. Charlie Adams gets away. Referee thought about giving a free kick, doesn't now. Here comes Tizard charging into the half again, plays a low ball looking to Wilson. He just about controls it. Can he get it out there to Hayfield? He keeps it himself. Wilson, he's got Palmer behind him, but not no big men in the box. Here comes a cross for Palmer. Up goes a head there. Torquay player. It was Sonny Blue Low Everton. We somehow managed to get all the little guys in the box and all the big ones outside it, Dave. But again, with 8 minutes just over gone in this second half, Torquay United have certainly came out looking like they mean business, to be fair.
Yeah, they're well on top at the moment in possession, play, territory, everything. It's just a question of can they stick the ball in the back of the net to narrow this gap and make a real contest of it. Chelmsford will be reasonably okay with this. They're sitting on a 2-goal lead, but they won't want to be penned in their own half forever.
It's one of those games, Dave, at the moment it's got a feeling if Torquay can get one, the whole narrative changed, didn't you? But as you said, listen, this isn't, a couple of guys down the local park that we're seeing here. Chelmsford are about to make a substitution. I'll tell you who that is in a minute.
They've got loads of options on their bench, absolutely packed with it. They've just signed Tristan Abrahams, a big striker on loan from Aldershot.
Yeah, one of the options on the bench, of course, is no stranger to hear a man almost universally loved by the Torquay fans, and Tom Lapsley. I had a quick word with him earlier, Dave. I just said hello to him earlier. He's just such a lovely guy, Tom. But now here's a chance for Sonny Blue Low. He picks up a poor clearance in the box, finds Matt J, back there to Dennis. Low shot comes in. He had to put a little bit more on it. Good save by Noah Phillips, but truthfully, Dave, Dennis gave him every chance to save that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was. He didn't put quite enough, his boot through it quite hard enough. It was certainly on target. It was a good save, but young Kieran Wilson is causing a few problems up front for United, in a good way. The Chelmsford defence, which looked very
St Davies went in there. That looked a perfectly clean tackle, but the referee's going to show him at least a yellow card. It is a yellow card. The tackle was on, I think, Ricky Holmes, is it?
I think it might be Holmes. A tackle was on Holmes. I'd like to see that one again. I don't think the tackle was nearly as bad as Holmes is making it out.
Absolutely not,
to
Dave.
be.
I thought that was a pretty decent tackle actually, but St Davies will pick up the card. We have just over 55 minutes gone here.
I think the fact was that Holmes was already on his way to ground when the tackle went in, and just because he ended up on the ground and Sundeer was still on his feet, although he was sliding in, doesn't mean that it was quite as bad as Mr. Ellsmore thought it was, but there we are.
That's a weird distance away, Dave. I thought it was clean. Well, the aforementioned Tristan Abrahams, I actually joked with the Chelmsford people over there. The last time I remember him playing here, Dave, a bit of a novelty thing happened against Welling. Torquay were winning 5-1. It was under Gary Johnson. Torquay were winning 5-1. Their goalkeeper got sent off, and Tristan Abrahams, who truthfully put in, I borderline accused him of not even trying that day as a striker, ended up playing in goal for them. He was atrocious, but he's going to come on. I'm sure he'll not be looking to go in goal.
Good research there, Paul. I must say I'd missed that.
Tom Lapsley getting ready down there as well, I think.
Well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they might throw Tom Lapsley in. If they're going to be in a rearguard action, you want someone like him to do some tackling in midfield. Holmes is still down, by the way.
Well, I hope he's all right, Dave, but I thought, listen, it might have been a follow through, which by the time that occurred, you and I probably couldn't see it as obvious from a distance. I thought that was a pretty clean tackle by St Davies, but the follow through, on the subject of follow through, Dave, I noticed that one on Sonny Blue Low Everton at Worthing the other night there, I thought was a shocker as well, to be honest.
But anyway, look, Holmes is still down, and we hope he's okay. they've just hauled him back onto his 38-year-old legs.
Well, he's getting this.
And of course, this actually, I mean, apart from the pain that Holmes is feeling, this doesn't do Chelmsford any harm at all. They're more than happy for the game to be stopped and broken up like this.
Well, the Torquay fans, if you can hear the dissension amongst the crowd, it's because Chelmsford have not been made to take Holmes off in the far end of the park.
He's only about 10 yards away from the touchline, and he's proposing to walk off the entire width of the pitch. Now, again, why isn't referee Elsmore saying, I'm sorry, oi, but of course they'll turn around and say, he needs to get to the nearest point of treatment because he's in such pain, etc, etc.
Yeah, and Tom Lapsley is going to be joining us. I hope he gets a really good reception. I think they'll let Abrahams come on first. I hope they're going to make a triple change. Tom Lapsley's also going to come on, so it's Abrahams for Holmes. They've also got Tompkins coming on. Now Tompkins is a centre back, so we're interested to see where he goes, and of course the much loved Tom Lapsley will also come on. We don't know who the other two. Holmes is one of them going off. Let's hope the fourth official gets.
I think Abrahams will be up front without a shadow of a doubt.
Unless they're going to change their formation as well, Dave, I'm not really sure if they're going to take a centre back off.
They've satisfied them with one at the moment. There's two more waiting to come on. Free kick to Chelmsford.
It is going to be a free kick to Chelmsford. Here it comes towards the edge of the Torquay box. Up goes it heads. It's won by a Chelmsford head. It comes through to Taylor, saved.
Offside.
Murphy puts the rebound in. Well, let's see.
Never an issue there.
The referee then stops the game, so he's let Chelmsford attack, stops the game. Now that Torquay have got the ball, and Lapsley and Tompkins are going to come on, and it's number 23 for number 4, so Jason Adigan will be replaced by
I thought he did okay first half.
Absolutely,
I'm quite pleased to see the back of him.
Well, I think he's more of an attack-minded player as well, but Tompkins is going to be the interesting one, and he's going to come on for Murphy. Well, that's an interesting one.
Oh dear, Adigan doesn't like it. He's thrown his toys out of the pram. No, he doesn't want to shake hands with the manager. Just about did in the end. Probably thought better than walk straight past him.
As you're the formations man amongst us, Dave, you can work out where Chelmsford are going to go, but to confirm, it is
Tompkins into the back four.
Yeah, Tompkins. Well, I think that back four is going to become a back five actually.
Yes.
Long ball, Tom Lapsley heads it on, but a hunt for Torquay United. Bolton Wanderers have doubled their lead at St James's Park as Dennis comes to the left edge of the box, going to get across, and he cannot, goes ahead of Wilson. Good defending there by Chelmsford, only comes through to Sandiri. Tackled there, Palmer dinks it forward, hitting more time than he realised, I think, there. Chelmsford beginning to scramble it forward. Taylor, a man on his own up there, has got no chance of getting his own flick back to James Hammond. He'll immediately play it out to Jay Fulston, and Torquay United doing their best to make sure that stoppage has not affected the momentum that they were trying to build. Chelmsford work out there. Lapsley's in a position there as Wilson goes down the left hand side. Egbo, really impressed by him. It looks like number 18 Tompkins is going to sit just in front of the defenders, Dave, if that makes sense to a Chelmsford fan. Here comes Hazard again, tries to dink it forward. It breaks to Ed Palmer, he dinks it back in, up goes ahead of Wilson, he misses it, but Louis Dennis might get a sniff of that. Again, Egbo gets in front of Wilson and he will eventually get it clear. And now Taylor and Sandiri, and Taylor's going to go all the way through here. Taylor bearing down on goal, can he finish it? Dinks it over Hammond into the back of the net. It's a disaster for Torquay United. Lyle Taylor shows his class. We have played 62 minutes here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 3.
Well, Ed Palmer is turning round, and I can sort of understand screaming at James Hammond. OK, the ball was bouncing high a long way out of his goal, but Hammond, I think, when he looks at that again, will think I should have come and either got my head or something else on that. United, who've been on top ever since half-time, searching for the goal that would bring them back into the match, and they've gone and shot themselves in the foot again, I'm afraid, at the back. And you don't give somebody like Lyle Taylor that sort of a chance. And he very coolly, when he realised that Hammond wasn't coming off his line, he thought, I'm in with a chance here, made a bit of ground, had a couple of touches, and then lobbed the ball over Hammond, who was by then had come, stopped, and was in no man's land. I think as a keeper, then you've just got to bring the kitchen sink with you, haven't you, and get something on it. And certainly Ed Palmer was of that view in the immediate aftermath.
Torquay trying to build. I think I can hear some chants there, Dave. I can't really make them out. I don't know if our microphones are picking them up, but that goal seems to have upset a few Torquay United fans. The reality is,
you again, we're not here to sort of promote or defend anybody, but you could hardly put that goal down to the manager, could you? That is an individual error from an injury-hit team that's been on top ever since half-time, and what can you do about a thing like that?
I think everybody...
it's just like Worthing on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Dave, I'm not sure Hammond is much at fault there, to be honest, but Sindiri, of course, is already on a yellow card. Literally the two of them started on the halfway line, and they were the two steepest players in the whole pitch. Obviously Bar Hammond has now come down the left-hand side, and Chelmsford look at the beginning to really enjoy their day. Barbrook tries to slip it in, Jordan Young blocks that, goes back to Tizard, he gets it back to Jordan Young. United pens right in their own box almost. Tizard does well, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Hayfield clears it up looking for the runner. Wilson, Tom Lapsley gets in there, dinks it out to Barbrook, throw in. Yeah, I think the fact that Sindiri was left on a halfway line with a guy of his quality, Taylor, the ball just goes over the top. It reminded me of
in the build-up to it, Paul, I didn't say anything, obviously, but under my breath I was going, come on James, come on,
yeah.
you come and win that. And then in the immediate aftermath of it, certainly that was Ed Palmer's view. He hoped and expected that Hammond would come and clear that.
Sindiri's got it now. Can Torquay somehow...
Easy game back here, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Can they get their heads back up? Sindiri dinks it through to Matt J. Before that goal, it had to be said, Torquay were actually having, in my opinion, by far a better in the second half, but if you're not going to take your chances, Jordan Young screaming at the linesman there now, use a guy that don't need another yellow card.
I don't think Jordan Young's got much to argue about there.
I thought that was a clear throw to them, to be honest, Dave, if I'm being honest. But again, good afternoon and welcome to any...
Frustration, isn't it? Yeah. Frustration at the way it's going. No wins in 5 games, 1 point so far from those 5 matches, 2 of them against teams at the bottom of the table. Yeah. It's frustration time, isn't it?
It is, unfortunately.
And I think, if I'm not very much mistaken, Tom Lapsley has taken the armband for Chelmsford.
Where is it? Yes, he has. As the ball goes down the left-hand side, looking for Abrahams. United will win the throw-in.
And of course, Chelmsford can sit on this now. They can break the game up. They don't have to do anything very spectacular. Wait for counter-attacks, which they've already shown they can do pretty well. And this could be a long old half an hour for the goals. One little shame while we're at it is how well young Tizard started.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks all right, doesn't he, at centre back? Very assured. He's won his headers.
It's another longish ball comes up. Abraham's Ekbol wins it actually. The ball eventually goes through to Hammond. He immediately bowls it out to Fulston. It's as I said, I think Torquay United, in my opinion, Dave, I thought I was fair in the first half saying the better team were winning. I thought Torquay, as Dennis picks the ball up on the left edge of the box, my longish ball back out to Matt J. Fulston goes on support on the outside. J uses him back inside to Sonny Blue Low Everton, but Torquay keeping possession but not gaining any ground, so to speak. Now Matt J again turns back the way. Sonny Blue Low Everton is over on the left hand side, comes back inside to Matt J. Good organisation, to be fair, to visitors, off the ball back to Matt J again, but basically all these passes are done for Torquay. He's forced them back. Now Dan Hayfield comes back, finds Tizard, he goes past one of his man, finds Sonny Blue Low Everton again, looking for movement, but he's looking for movement in areas that will affect the game better. He mishits his pass, but Palmer gets it and he just strokes it back to Hammond, or does he? Taylor almost closed that.
And that's what he needed to do for the goal. He came a long way then, sorry to interrupt Paul, didn't he? And made it very clear to Lyle Taylor that he was going through with that challenge, and He did.
And as I said, Dave, I thought, we were fair in the first half and accepted that Chelmsford deserved to be in front, but I think Torquay had the better of this half before that goal, and now the game seems since Jaden Wareham has pulled the goal back for Exeter at St James's Park. Exeter 1, Bolton Wanderers 2. Now here comes Jay Fulston into the half. He's got Dennis on the left hand side, who he finds up against the excellent Egbo. Dennis trying to get into the box, comes in the right foot, low pass to low effort, another little dink ball back, but too intricate again. And
yeah, it's a bit of a shame that, wasn't it? It was
good effort, but just not executed perfectly, which it needed to be.
Fine margins.
Yep, here comes Hayfield back to Tizard. Tizard's got Young on the right hand side. He eventually comes and uses him. Barbrook comes to close him down. Chelmsford's coaching team screaming double up on him, but no, so far they've not. Young trying to get into the box, going one way, then the other goes on the right foot. Now back on the left, he's got Tizard behind him. Good first take by him. He's dinked the ball into water box, headed away in the 6-yard line. It comes to Young. He's dinked it. It's going to stay in though to an onside. Fulston left end, the edge of the box, back to Louis Dennis. A little bit fortunately, Young shot stayed in play there. Dennis now finds no Everton. He's got Fulston outside now into Hayfield. He goes past one on the edge of the box, now finds Fulston, chance to get the ball into the box. He does get it into the box, but it goes nowhere near a Torquay player. Dennis brings it down on the edge, again breaks to Fulston. Torquay certainly not giving up. They're going to really build their way into this game again. Back to Sundiri. He's on about 20 yards from goal, finds it's on the blue Everton just in the box, trying to get onto the right foot. He does. His shot's well blocked, and now he
closing down. Awful lot of white shirts in between.
Excellent defending by a visitor.
It was,
to be said.
That's defending in depth.
Skins Tizard really easily there. Now he's got Taylor on an onside position, but Fulston gets back, and between him and Palmer they manage to get the ball away from Taylor. Palmer does quite well there actually. Fulston now finds Louis Dennis midway inside his own half on the left hand side, coming forward. Little pull back there, but the referee decides no. And again here come Chelmsford. Charlie Adams, the man who opened the scoring, dinks it out to Taylor on the right hand side, back to Adams. Taylor's playing with the pipe and slippers on at the moment, isn't he, Dave? Out to the right hand side where Egbo will find.
Drifting all over the place, isn't he? Now he's just
picked the ball up midway inside Torquay's
keep
half.
Keep possession.
Yep.
Doesn't have to make any runs. He's got his goal. 3 up, away from home. What's not to like from a Chelmsford point of view?
Yep. Fulston gets in front of his man, now finds Mark J on the halfway line. Jordan Young makes a central run, so Tizard comes out of defence on the right hand side. He tries to dink it forward, but I'm not sure what he thought he was trying to do there. I don't want to be critical.
He's playing like a midfield player.
He is actually.
He's come on in the back three at the back.
The description ball playing defender was certainly made for him as Egbo goes down.
You can't knock Mr. Tizard's contribution in the early stages of the during this second half. He'll do for the time being.
Yep. Well,
but the fact is, United are 3 down at home on the end of a nightmare run. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that just over 3 weeks ago they won at Hornchurch, then at Dover, top of the table, Paul Watton manager of the month. Everybody, I think, understandably thought, well, this is a great springboard to push on for the title. And as things stand, 1 point from their next 5 matches, a bit like Worthing did a month or 2 ago after their storming run to go 6 points. I think it was 6 points clear at one stage.
Yep.
11 wins in 12 matches, apart from a 3-2 defeat here to the Gulls, and they then went on an 8-match run without a win and only 4 points. So it just shows what a weird and crazy division this National League South can be. I think as things stand, you'll bring us up to date, Paul. The other results, believe it or not, are not going too badly for Torquay.
I'll run through them now, Dave. Chippenham 1, Maidenhead 0, Dagenham 0, Taunton 2, Enfield 1, Bath 1. Dorking did fall behind to Chesham, it's now 1 each. Ebbsfleet 2, Farnborough 2, Hampton 1, Eastbourne 1. Hornchurch 2, Worthing 1, Hemel 0, Tonbridge 0, Salisbury Maidstone, Slough, Dover, all 0, both 0-0 as well. I was expecting about a 6.
That's as good as you could have hoped for in the circumstances.
It's not the worst, is it? Yeah, it's not the worst.
But it doesn't change the fact that United, as mildly comforting as those scores might be, and obviously we're not at full time yet. As Paul Watton was saying in the week, I asked him whether he took any comfort from the fact that the other teams weren't making the most of United's poor run, and he said, well, no, not at all. It's just frustrating that we're not making the most of those results. But there we are.
Unfortunately for Exeter, there's another double substitution coming up for Chelmsford. Exeter's comeback has been halted as Bolton have added a third there. Exeter 1, Bolton 3. We're just back underway. There is another couple of substitutions coming on. At least one of them's a striker. In fact, I think one of them's an attacking midfielder as well for Chelmsford, as they are awarded a free kick.
Yeah, poor challenge by Kieran Wilson, not looking at the ball, looking at the man. The referee quite right to pull that one up.
Bit of a is coming on. Apologies if my pronunciation isn't great.
It's one of the names that everybody commentator absolutely dreads having to deal with in the National League South. Jesuan Uchegbulam, and of course it just underlines how short United are, that Chelmsford are making their 5th substitution outfield, and United couldn't even make them, even if they wanted to.
And
haven't got enough.
A little bit surprised here that Egbow's going off. I'm assuming that was to do with that injury. I think he's had a really good game. He will be replaced by Critchlow. In my limited knowledge of all things Chelmsford, Dave, I think Critchlow's more of an attacking player. I'm guessing he'll fit in where Egbo.
He's a winger, really. Kane Critchlow.
Yeah. We are heading.
He's going out to the right hand side.
Towards the last 16 minutes here. I think there's going to be about 7 or 8 minutes additional time here already. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford City 3. Not sure it's a fair reflection on the game as a whole, but I don't think anybody of fair mind would say that Chelmsford don't deserve to be in front of this one, as Ed Palmer tries to, he doesn't even bring it down, he just hoofs it forward looking for Jordan Young. Barbrook
wasn't the worst ball in the circumstances.
To be fair,
just Jordan Young just hadn't quite read it, that's all.
No, I think neither was I, to be honest, Dave, which was why I was a little bit disparaging there at the time. But Matt J and Dan Hayfield, now Hayfield heading towards the edge of the box, and he rather intends a shot, tries to find Sonny Blue low Everton. Sandiri gets in, the crowd not too happy with that one.
Well, and quite right too.
There's a ball in now. Louis Dennis to Matt J. J brings it down the edge of the box, then it breaks to Dan Hayfield. His shot's blocked. Louis Dennis again now on the left hand side. He's got the support from Filston outside. Wilson does really well. There's a shot comes in from Dan Hayfield. Brilliant little lockdown there from Wilson, but Hayfield can't keep his shot down. It goes over the bar. 15 to go here at Plainmoor. United 0, Chelmsford 3.
In terms of football, that's as good a move as either side have put on this afternoon. Louis Dennis on the left hand side drilled the ball into, was it Jay or Wilson? Not quite sure. A first time little layoff to Dan Hayfield just outside the box. First time shot just over the bar. Quality play. Just haven't seen enough of it, unfortunately.
Well, it's not a great day for any of our Devon football clubs. Exeter 3-1 down, Plymouth Argyle still 1-0 down at Rotherham. Probably a little bit of a surprise score, that one there. But
well, Tolaj, the leading scorer, is injured, isn't he? And I wonder how much of an effect that might have on them.
Well, I've seen a report.
A big player for them, isn't he?
I've seen a report in the Scottish press that Celtic, believe it or not, are looking at not one but 2 Plymouth players, Tolaj and Peckle. Don't know how accurate that will be, whether it's just an agent trying to bum them up a little bit, but here we go, as Tizard just on the halfway line again.
Into midfield.
Into midfield, finds Jordan Young. Tizard looks at Young, thinks it falls over below Everton. It's too far for Wilson.
Bit of a hit and hope ball that wasn't it? From
Absolutely.
United are in that territory now. They've got to try and pull out something really exceptional, and $64,000 passes are always carry a risk with them. Ed Palmer's left boot has come off.
Well, Bolton have added a 4th at St James's Park now. Any doubts about where the points are going there, I would say, are probably firmly answered. But As I said, it's not been a great day at all for any of the Devon clubs. I suppose at least Exeter have got a goal. If you're looking for any crumbs of comfort, Lapsmay heads it on. Not often you say that. Sindiri eventually clears it, but it will only go out for a throw 20 yards inside the Chelmsford half down their right hand side.
Because you look forward to the home game against Farnborough, which United have got on Tuesday night. I'm sure Tizard will start in that match, which will allow United to at least put some sort of regulation back four on the pitch. But there's still the problem of how do you which formation to go with up front, which personnel to try and get United's attacking mojo back.
Jordan Young, a player not many of us expected to see. I'm guessing it was probably a little bit of tricks by the club saying suggesting he was injured as finds Dennis now Fulson down the left hand side, just about keeps his foot, comes back into Dennis, edge of the box, now to Low Everton, back to Dennis, back to Low Everton, now to Wilson, out to Fulston. And again, I'll say, Dave, if Wilson's playing as a striker, get in the box. What are you doing out there? Don't want to blame him particularly, to be honest with you, but I just don't think he's doing much good out there beside Louis Dennis. Now he's got the ball, he's coming more central, finds Dan Hayfield, lets it go. Palmer probably fortunately picks that one up. Hayfield runs behind him, offers support on the right hand side. Palmer dinks the ball into a box, up goes it head. Yeah, again it's a Chelmsford head that wins it. Fulston wins the knockdown though. Sonny Blue, Low Everton's got it, but again he's forced back. Good turn by Low Everton, heading towards the edge of the box now, finds Wilson. Wilson's got support on the left hand side, but again nothing for Fulston to aim at in middle in terms of height. Louis Dennis back to Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Now Wilson is in the box. Hayfield comes back to Sindiri. Sindiri's got Palmer over here, but again finds Young. Now Sindiri, that's better, goes out to the left hand side, finds Fulston. Fulston can't get his cross in.
Poor cross.
It was deflected, to be fair to the defender, but it was a poor cross, as my colleague Dave Thomas rightly said there. Sindiri
took too long over it.
Absolutely. Now Palmer coming up 30 yards from goal, he tries a shot, well closed down there by goal scorer Adams. Header by Palmer, finds Low Everton again. Fulston in space on the left hand side. Chelmsford just defending the centre of their box. Back to Tizard back out to Fulston. I think he'll come back to Tizard. No, he comes inside to Sonny Blue, Low Everton, a little bit of space. Everton gets the ball in looking for Matt J, but Matt J I don't think expected it, but it's eventually out for a corner kick, and with just over 10 minutes to go here, playing more Sonny Blue, Low Everton from the left hand side will swing in a right footed corner.
An awful lot of passes without much end product there, Paul, wasn't there? Carry on, corner.
No, absolutely, Dave. All the big men in for Torquay. Wilson's shot being pulled, Tizard looking for space, and it comes a decent one that somehow cleared away. It comes to Jordan Young, right hand edge of the box. He's up against Tom Lapsley. Young comes back in, his left foot dinks the ball in, headed away again by Chelmsford. To be fair, they've been superb at the back as well today, to be fair to the visitors. Here comes Jordan Young, but he's got nowhere to go because Chelmsford's, they're basically defending the box, Dave, aren't they? Left, the central area from the edge of the box to the other one. They're allowing Torquay some space wide, but they've just got so many men in the middle that Torquay can't find anything.
No, it's just massive banks of black and white shirted players, and United just can't
Tizard does well enough
find a way through
to get in. Sindiri finds Jordan Young. Barbrook not fouled him. Sindiri does well to find Ed Palmer. Palmer almost miscontrolled it now, finds Fulston just inside his own half. Over the halfway line comes Fulston, finds Louis Dennis, a little pass, but Dennis a little bit slow to it. Palmer eventually gets out to Sonny Blue, Low Everton. Wilson makes a run on the left. Low Everton, that's a good ball through. Can Louis Dennis get on it? He can't. Excellent goalkeeping again, to be fair to Noah Phillips, making sure Dennis had no chance. The ball's safely in his hand. We have got just under 9 minutes of normal time to go. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford City 3 here.
What a weird second half.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. What a weird second half this has been, isn't it? United have been on top, and I mean seriously on top, for almost the entire 40 odd minutes that we've been playing, and they are 3 down, heading for their worst home result of the season, and a lot of unhappy locals. And yet, in terms of the personnel they've got out there and the football they've tried to play, I don't think they've done too badly in this second half.
No,
all right, there hasn't been enough end product. That's the issue. But Chelmsford have been able to sit on this lead, as we've mentioned. Make sure there's loads of their own players in between United and the ball.
St Derry need to be careful there. That's a late challenge on St Derry. I heard they scream from there, but the referee lets it go. Ball comes into the box, into the arms of Hammond. St Derry took a bad one there, Dave, completely accidental, I hasten to add. Now Louis Dennis midway inside his own half, but over on the left hand side. It's not where he's going to affect the game as much. Jordan Young does well enough, but he just can't bring a ball down. Goes through the keeper. To be honest, Dave, one of the things I'm a little bit surprised at, unless as daft as this sounds, we don't always hear what comes through the effects mic because you and I are too busy rambling on, but the fans don't seem to have been overly, upset today. Upset's probably not the right word.
I think we've heard one or two, obviously.
But there's a ball through. Abraham
offside.
He is offside though.
We've heard one or two, moans and groans, which is sort of understandable.
Of course,
but I don't think the whole crowd hasn't turned, as it were. I think everybody at Plainmoor knows what the situation is with the injuries, and it's obviously you hope that you can find a way round them and over them and under them and through them, but it just hasn't worked out that way this afternoon against a decent team that's bang in form, and I'm sure we'll end up in the playoffs. Let's hope that United finish pretty close to them, if not ahead, and when they've got a full complement of players back, who knows what might happen.
Story. It's a long clearance there. You can see Abraham Hammond does come out this time. He has cleared it. Be interesting to see, Dave, what the reaction is of the fans to how much of the blame they apportion to James Hammond for that third goal.
The other thing is, you have to say that the two centre-backs for Chelmsford today have been terrific. And is it Grimwood and I forgot the other one, Adam Crowther. And United in the middle. Cody Cook didn't get any change out of them. Louis Dennis has done his usual stuff. He drifts out wide and etc. And inevitably in lower division football, when that ball goes in the box, it's usually in the air or a bit long, and they have gobbled up everything in the middle there.
Absolutely. Quite a few of the fans beginning to head to the exits. 5.5 minutes plus any additional time to come. Any Torquay fans hoping for a comeback? I think it's highly unlikely, shall we say, although I do think that there should be at least about 8 or 9 minutes additional time. I think that's maybe 8 tops actually.
Could well be.
Think forward, but it does go out, and James Hammond will have a quick goal kick for Torquay United. It won't be a quick goal kick.
I'm sure when you interview Paul, he would say something along the lines of that he has no argument with the effort of his players, and he'd be right to say that. It's not been an effort issue,
Chegbourne has got the ball on the left edge of the box. Tazard's up against him, he's letting him run in. The low ball comes across, Barbrook's up, that's blocked. Barbrook again, and he gets a lucky deflection. It falls right back to his right foot from 7 yards. He strokes it low into the bottom corner. It's becoming a day of disaster for Torquay United. 86 minutes gone. It's Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 4.
Well, quite often this afternoon we've said that every single loose ball seems to be dropping to a white shirt this afternoon, and exactly the same thing happened again. Barbrook took a bit of a gamble, got in the box, low cross from the left by our friend Uchegbolam, and it hit him, the first one, rebounded off a defender straight into his path, and he couldn't believe his luck, and he stuck it in the back of the net, and it's Torquay United 0, Chelmsford City 4. A very bad day, and as you say, Paul, people heading for the exits in their hundreds, and you can't blame them. This has been a really disappointing afternoon. It's when things go wrong in football, they can go quite badly wrong all on a particular afternoon, and poor old Paul Watton at the moment is having to take a bit of flack here. It's all part of management, and he's had a hell of a run, and at Truro and Torquay, and who knows, he may well come through this and make the critics eat their words. Let's hope he can. It's been a very disappointing afternoon by any measure.
Again, Dave, the first thing I'm going to say before I lay into anybody a Torquay persuasion is that we're facing an opponent on the top of their game who've got some really good players on some really big money and whatever, and they've played well. Let's give credit where it's due. Louis Dennis is going to pick up a yellow card here.
Well, I'm not absolutely sure.
Attendance, Dave.
3,224, another really good gate at Plainmoor.
Yeah, I didn't hear the away fans.
Yeah, no, it's a foul by Louis Dennis, but straight away Louis Dennis, if he gets booked for this is ridiculous.
He's already got a card in his hand, Dave.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I think, and none of the Chelmsford players made any move towards him to have a go at him. In fact, a couple put their arm round him as if to say, look, you were just unlucky there, mate. And sure enough, the Chelmsford player rolling on the ground a couple of moments ago is now on his feet and perfectly okay. Another example, believe it or not. I'm not having to go at Chelmsford players in particular because we see it at every level, and probably United players down the years have done it themselves, but another example of the way a tackled player reacts to a challenge helps to get an opponent booked.
I will be speaking to a couple of fans after game. Hopefully I can get something broadcastable for the station, but at the moment, as I said, I think we could pick up a couple of chances there, Dave, but I will be fair and say that they came from a tiny minority or some on the pop side there. There's not too many joining in with it, shall we say. Not that I'm going to speak for anybody else, but as you've said a couple of times, Dave, listen, I'm happy to accept sometimes it's not good enough, but there also has to be a level of realism applied to it. And
I think in the last few games there have been a couple of performances at this stage of the season which have not been remotely good enough. Obviously Eastbourne away was top of that list. I don't think United played particularly well and with enough urgency really when they drew 1-1 at home to Maidenhead a couple of weeks ago. And of course losing at Chippenham 1-0 to start this run off was a dreadful result.
Well, I did actually Chippenham.
Yeah, I mean, even though United were how they lost that match, we're still trying to work out. But the fact is,
have a corner. Sorry, David. Dorkin still drawing, the ball comes into the box, a handball not given. Wilson nudges his man, can he get one? Again, a Chelmsford player gets it. Jordan Young now's got it for Torquay. Louis Dennis in a little bit of space for a change in for unusually he just can't.
Poor touch by Dennis.
Ball, if that's anything sums up your day, that was that little microcosm there. But I actually
in other words,
there's another ball through, and here comes Jackbillum, and it should be 5. He's clean through on goal. James Hammond saves though, and it's going to be a corner. Another time Torquay caught way too far up the park there.
But they have no alternative, do they? They've got to throw everything at it, and they were caught. They were caught badly on the counter, not for the first time this afternoon. And James Hammond, who's not had the best of afternoons so far, makes a very good save to stop United falling 5 down.
It's going to be a corner from the right hand side. There is a little congregation and a crosswards in the pop side with the chant again, Dave. Here comes the right footed corner into United's box. It's over, everybody headed down. Hammond should get on there, I think he does.
Well, I hope the board here think very carefully and calmly before they start thinking about or making any decisions. This is a manager who took the club over in a hell of a mess 2 summers ago. We all know what happened last season, second on goal difference, and
Dennis is brought down in the edge of the box now. The referee's given a free kick.
Interesting free kick position. Yeah, and 3 weeks ago United were top of this league.
Exactly.
Is that failure?
I'll tell you what, Dave, it's a yellow card there, and I'll tell you what,
another yard and it's in the box. But,
and not only that as well, but the fact it's not in the box makes me wonder. I think it was the fact the ball was in the air, but I think that's pretty much meets the criteria for a red. I think
the referee may have viewed that a defender could have got round the back and that he wasn't quite last man.
As well. It wasn't even like he was anywhere near in control of the ball. But
yeah, I just think everybody needs to think about the bigger picture here and you know where the club is and the progress that's been made from administration less than 2 years ago, and you know quite a fair bit less. The huge financial demands that have been made on the club.
Dan Hayfield.
Let's see if they can pull back a consolation goal here.
It's a free kick, 18.5 yards outside the box. The wall, from our angle, Dave, looked like it's not trying to block it. Oh, there's Tom Laps, there's Jordan Young with the free kick. It's up and over the bar. It kind of sums up the day for Torquay. There will be 7 minutes additional time if I didn't say that. We're 2.5 minutes into them. Torquay United now, Chelmsford 4.
One of the big issues here is the massively high expectation levels of the fan base, and that's understandable. You know, the biggest club in the league, biggest gates, etc, etc, etc. That doesn't take into account the difficulty of persuading experienced players with families to uproot and come down here and all that stuff. It's not a happy message to keep saying, and of course Torquay clubs over the years, Torquay teams and managers over the years have had to contend with that. Of course they have, but it probably explains why Torquay's history isn't littered with promotions.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they've had to wait a long time for success at this club.
Left-hand side is Dan Hayfield. As well, people goes up, finds Matt Jay in the edge of the box. He tries to dink it through, looking for Wilson, but Wilson expected Jay to shoot.
Weak finish, really.
Absolutely. And Jordan Young was across from him in acres of space. But when your luck's out, I suppose will be what Torquay are thinking there. But truthfully, to be categorically clear, there's absolutely no doubt at all that Chelmsford, in my opinion anyway, have deserved to come away with 3 points.
Gracious, yeah. They've been the better side, no doubt about that.
Absolutely, but I don't think 4-0 is a fair reflection on the game either. But as I said, listen, 1-0, 4-0, if you don't win, you don't get any points. It's as simple as that. As again, Palmer tries to put Young in. He's played a full
bit of a centre-half's pass, that wasn't it?
Absolutely. And now here comes Abrahams down the left-hand side. He's got one in the box. Oh, Chegbalan, that's a good tall poke. What a save by James Hammond there, to be fair.
Fabulous save.
Chegbalan gets in front of his man there, Jay Fulston.
He can do that.
Absolutely. Another good breakaway from Chelmsford. He poked it from about 8-10 yards, and Hammond's instinct puts it up over the bar.
Brilliant
Chelmsford
save.
have a call. It really was a great save, Dave. But
point blank range.
I suppose the old sod's law from James's point of view is it's happened when they're 4-0 down and not a vital part of the game, like, you know. But again, I said I will try to speak to a couple of fans. I don't know if there's any left. I've not seen the bench empty last for a long time.
I think it might be a good idea for Paul Watton. He always goes over and applauds the supporters, and I'm sure he probably will again. But
here comes the corner, up go the hedge, goes to the back post.
It might be an idea for him to just go on the pitch, applaud the fans rather than walking over in front of the pop side. That can only cause more angst.
Far better than I do, Dave. He's a passionate guy. He cares, you know. He gives everything in his job and whatever, which is sometimes. Listen, I've got no problem with him. They have their opinions. I just don't like.
Do you know that when United went top of the table after the Dover win, or etc., the last person to take any satisfaction in that was Paul Watton. So he knew.
Here comes a corner into a 6-yard box. Up goes the head. It's headed by another Chelmsford player, and they have indeed made it 5-0. It's a free header at the back post. I don't think it's Ben Tompkins, one of the substitutes, and Torquay are on the receiving end of one of the worst days for a long time at home. It is Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 5.
Free header, well, yes, not a completely free header, but much more powerful at the far post than anybody else. And United pride themselves on not conceding goals cheaply at set pieces. And Chelmsford, with nothing to lose, packed the box with big men for that free kick. Thank you very much. Good cross, a good corner to the far post. And we think, was it the number 16?
Tompkins, it was definitely.
Oh, yeah, Tompkins. Ben Tompkins said thank you very much and headed it in at the far post. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 5.
Well, I think most of us expected a tough game here today, Dave. I don't think too many people that predicted a 5-0 win. It's one of the darkest days in Torquay United's history. I remember Bromley came here a few years ago and put 7 past, although United did get 3 that day, and well, there's a full-time whistle, and it's the last thing that Torquay United needed, and the last thing that Paul Watton needed. He's immediately over. He's going to shake the hands of the Chelmsford team and management team, and again, I will be absolutely fair. I know Dave and I are more of a yellow persuasion here, but Chelmsford have come here and put on a really, really good performance, to be fair to them. They've got some quality players. They've played arguably their best of the season. Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 5.
They've hit form at the right time.
And Dave, well, try and sum that up without swearing if you can. I know you.
Yeah, no, look, it's United. We knew before the kick-off that United were in very straitened circumstances with injuries. 5 top players out. Paul Watton is going to the pop side to say thank you to the fans. Some are applauding. There's quite a few, obviously not, with a different message, but all credit to Watton. He hasn't balked at going over and doing his usual thank you to the supporters. I think everybody in the ground before the match knew what the situation was here. It was just a question of whether they could get through what was always going to be a severe test against a very expensively assembled side which has hit form at the right time. It's gone badly wrong this afternoon. I'm not sure what an awful lot else what Paul Watton could have done about it in terms of personnel and selection. Okay, you could say, could he have started young Tizard, from the first whistle? But would that have changed anything particularly? No, I don't think it would have done. United simply didn't have a strong enough team out on the pitch to beat a pretty decent Chelmsford team, who I'm sure will end up in the playoffs.
And I think sorry Dave, I think that's something that needs to be remembered as well here, is that Chelmsford, I know they've not been doing that well this season, but they are a good side as well.
That's absolutely saying it. They're a very, very strong side. Look at the squad they had today. Loads of options on the bench. They've got probably the best striker in the league, and almost certainly the highest paid striker in the league, etc, etc, etc. But United have got to find a way. They've got Farnborough at home now on Tuesday night. I always balk at the phrase must-win match, but I think there's not much doubt that is a must-win game.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your efforts, Dave. But today, a disaster for Torquay. Charlie Adams 7 minutes, Murphy on 38, Taylor 62, Barbrook 86, and Tompkins 90 plus 5 has given us a full-time score here from Plainmoor. On a bad day for Torquay, it's Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 5. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be here on Tuesday.
This is Devon.
The Hound of the Baskervilles, inspired by local folklore and legend about the devil and his wished hounds.
It's where we belong.
It really connects you to that past and to the benefits that people got from these ecosystems.
But what happens if you take a closer look?
It was lived in, and there were 2 granite columns, so built from Haytor granite, same as the house.
Journey to the secret side.
The crosses have been up there for 700 years.
Of this place we call home.
This secondary vessel that I've used.
Fascinating stories from where you live.
It means that I've got the liquid off the leaf, so it's not getting stronger and stronger.
Secret Devon. Listen now on BBC Sounds.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
Afternoon, just after 5 o'clock. It's Saturday the 28th of February. Your sports headlines from BBC Radio Devon on what has been a pretty disastrous afternoon, to be fair. Dan Green tastes defeat for the first time as Exeter City interim manager. They are thrashed at home 5-1 by Bolton.
Ball comes in, down it drops. This could be dangerous. There's the 5th. Fired in from about 6 yards out. And the goal scorer, George Johnson, with his first of the season.
Plymouth Argyle lose away against relegation-haunted Rotherham.
Headed away powerfully there, and then a shot does come in and deflected and taken a touch and gone in as well, and Rotherham taking the lead inside the opening 6 minutes of the game. I think it's Joe Rafferty is going to claim the strike for that one from some considerable distance. Rotherham United 1, Plymouth Argyle 0.
In National League South, it's now just 1 point from the last possible 15. Torquay United humiliated at home by Chelmsford.
Corner into 6-yard box, up goes the head. It's headed by another Chelmsford player, and they have indeed made it 5-0. It's a free header at the back post. I don't think it's Ben Tompkins, one of the substitutes, and Torquay are on the receiving end of one of the worst days for a long time at home. It is Torquay United 0, Chelmsford 5.
In the rest of our non-league football this afternoon, Sidmouth are thrashed at home by Street. In the rugby, Plymouth Albion's promotion hopes suffer a massive blow. They're beaten at home by Blackheath.
There goes the final whistle, and Plymouth Albion's 11-match winning run has come to an end after